He's a player that's obviously been at this club, but he's a player that's now playing at Geelong. We'll treat him as another player on the side and an opponent we want to beat. We're going to focus on playing Geelong, not necessarily playing him.
I've obviously spent my entire career there and have so many great mates and have loved playing in Adelaide, but I'm equally looking forward to playing against them and hopefully winning the game.
I've stayed in touch with him, so we're good mates, Paddy and I, and look forward to lining up on him.
I think he really respects the challenge, but he's up for it. We don't really have any interest in shying away from it.
Probably a hostile environment. You know, you're probably never that happy when a great leaves the club, but I'm sure the respect will be shown the years that he gave to that footy club and the effort that he put in right till the end. I remember watching the final series and unbelievable what he was putting out that time of the year.
Life after Danger.
Life after
Paddy.
Who?
Yeah, Paddy Dangerfield. No.
He might get a ringside seat for who this bloke is tonight, because as Kingy and Dermot showed us, it's a mirror image for the centre breaks from last year for the Adelaide Crows, now becoming those centre breaks for Geelong. But the Crows are on their home patch. They're a very, very proud side and they've been ready to go. It's been the talk of the town for 6 months, Paddy Dangerfield coming back. They'll be right to get stuck into it here too. So the Crows onto the ground, 5 minutes and 55 seconds to go until we ball the ball up. So let's go back to Kingy and Dermot for Ultra Tune for the last look.
We're getting into the predictions now, Ed, and I'm going pretty simply with Paddy Dangerfield. There'll be no touching Paddy tonight. He'll have 30 disposals and he'll kick 2 goals. They'll give up booing him about 15 minutes in.
30, that's it?
No touching.
He's going out on a limb,
30 will do. 30 will do me.
All right, well, I reckon he'll get a lot of attention, and I also think that Selwood will get a lot of attention. I reckon Reece Stanley in the centre of the ground as the ruckman will get 4 unassisted takeaway clearances out of the middle himself. I don't think any ruckman's done that for years.
Does that include free kicks?
No, but we can include it. Just depends if he gets 4 clean ones.
He's got to qualify that. Brownie, what do you got?
Yeah, King, no one's bigger than Texas. Big Tex will bounce back tonight. It'll be his marking. He'll clunk a few tonight. He'll get his 12 mark. He'll kick his 2 goals. He'll set up countless others, I'm sure. Look out for Tex tonight, Bomber.
I've gone for a different one. I've gone both the high-scoring teams, 1 and 2 in the competition. I think both teams will score less than 100. I think it'll be quite a defensive game.
Oh, I like that. Bomber. He's been good on his predictions so far this year. But the man who's leading it, Mark McClure, what have you got for us tonight?
I'm with Brownie. I'm with the Texan. I think he'll kick 4+. He's been down a bit, and this is his time to fly.
You're not allowed to have double up, are you?
No. Well, I didn't know he was doing it. He had different than me.
Smart judges, don't we, Sellers?
Yeah,
he's certainly not a team player, Sellers. He's just going to jump on the back of yours, Brownie, and ride it home.
That's right. 29.
What do you got, Ed?
When in doubt, mate, I'm sticking with Eddie. There you go. I'll tell you what.
Which one's that about? You
I've
or Eddie?
One all week, mate, and I'm staying that way. I'll tell you what, this bloke, last year, he came to Adelaide off the back of his highest level of disposals, goals and ranking points. This year, he's got an average high ranking points, disposals, contested possessions and goals. You wonder how Mick let him go from Carlton, but he's there and he's playing beautiful football.
He built a dynasty.
Ready to go. I'm going for Eddie. You're guilty.
Very good.
How did that happen, Mark?
Don't know, mate.
Brownie, take us through Tex Walker. You've got an interesting insight into his play tonight.
Yeah, Tex Walker. There's been a bit of criticism the last couple of weeks. Tex Walker has been carrying injury the last few weeks, hasn't trained a hell of a lot. This is the first final against Adelaide last year when he was probably best on ground, dominance, had a big physical presence in the contest, using his weight there, throwing his body around. And just see here, he recovers, helps out at ground level, lays a shepherd there to help create a goal. That's what he hasn't been able to get going this year. And part of the reason is when you're not training out there, you just have a look at this. When you're not training, the ball flight is what you really do struggle with. And I think Tex had an almost night last week. He has trained fully during the week, and I'd expect him to get those contests a lot better. Just see here, not flying with any confidence and any presence in the contest, which we know Tex Walker has been known for. Expect him to bounce back tonight. He'll lift for the big stage.
So Brandy, is it because he's just not picking the ball off the boot? Is it losing it in the air? What's
There's a little bit of that. You've got to remember, Ed, the only time they're flying for marks, Tex, would be on the weekends. When you're not training during the week, it has a big effect on key forwards and key position players.
You can always tell when they're out of form when you start trying to find your player and push him away, trying to find space yourself instead of just going for it. That's when you know you're out of form.
And I think that's when the big forwards, the best players have got presence, especially when it's in the air and they crash through packs. Don't necessarily have to mark it, Eddie, all the time, but they've got to crash through the packs and let everyone know around them that they're the king.
Toss of the coin here, and it's been won by Joel Selwood. So the text runs back to his team now. Ready to go. Right, boys, the countdown is on. 1:45 and counting. Brownie, he walks back. You've done this before. You're the captain. You're the P up in the forward line. You are the talisman for this team. You've got the square jaw. You've got the mad stare. You've got the shoulders back. Your muscles are glistening in the light.
Yep.
What's going through your mind?
Let's get the contest right. Last week they were smashed in centre bounces 21-8 by the Western Bulldogs. The boys have got to focus in on getting the contested footy, then laying the tackling pressure, getting the basics right, Bomber.
Yeah, that's right, man. And I think they've really got to stop Geelong from moving the ball through the middle of the ground. They've got the 9th best defence. If they don't improve that, Geelong will walk all over.
Tell me about Geelong, Bomber, at this moment. What's going through that group right there, over in Adelaide, all the build-up?
I think they'd want to impress tonight. I think they'll just, Paddy will obviously try and do well, but I think they'll just show that they're more than just Paddy. They can play and beat anyone anywhere.
I reckon that bloke too, Joel Selwood, he's got a little bit to prove tonight. I think he likes being the number one player at Geelong.
Well, there's not much talk about Joel, is there?
No, he's just quietly gone under the radar.
Adelaide lose this, they go out of the 8. That's a fairly big incentive, I reckon, and they may not get back in.
So here we go. There he is, the most talked about footballer in the country at the moment, Patrick Dangerfield, number 35. Of course, Paul Chapman wore it to premiership success, that number, and the great Billy Goggin. What a famous number it's been for the Geelong Football Club. Never more famous than it is at this moment right now as we get set to start this game at the Adelaide Oval. Just a moment of solitude there. Have a look at him. You can almost see him just taking it all in, can't you? Just looking around, deep breaths in, getting himself nice and relaxed, having a little smile to his old mate Thompson.
Another fitting. We've got the oil on the arms here. Yeah. The old school oil on the arms. He's ready to roll.
A little wink there to the umpire. We're almost ready for a start. Love the look at him there. He's just looking over at Big Jacobs and his other former teammates. They know what he can do, and he knows what he can do.
I wonder if he'll just handball the ball to one of his old teammates tonight if they call. Out of habit.
So here we go. It's Adelaide versus Geelong on Friday Night Football.
And the Rucks go at it. Smith wins it down. Selwood digs it out. Smith's got it. Running down towards half forward, misses the target, intended for Menzel. He runs onto the footy, Blix arms, had it momentarily, bets back in defence, feeds it across Brown, gets it away to Henderson, Atkins, high ball, back towards the wings, Selwood goes across, it flies out of bounds on the full, and Joel Selwood will drive it back towards the 50, I would imagine.
Blitzards really came up short, didn't he, after that friendly fire? Looked like he hurt a hip. Hawkins trying to one-hand it, tried to control it. Guthrie, Menzel, one of 5 South Australians for the Cats tonight. Betts, no free. Seedsman trying to get it out, doesn't, and a ball.
Already early, you can see Eddie Betts getting right up the ground, getting in amongst traffic. The aim there is to try and lose an opponent and just spit out the back when Adelaide are transitioning the footy.
Smith knocks it down, straight to Jacobs. Smothered off the boot. Betts, clever hand pass. Smith a fumble. Henderson. Crouch hurriedly onto the boot. Motlop, that was smothered too. Ricochets inside the 50. Chance now for Hawkins in space. Had more time than he knew, and he's missed out to the left. He's annoyed with himself, quite rightly, really. No time wasted. Hartigan brings it in. Here's Henderson. Runs the boundary. Sends a high one. All Geelong out there. Well done by Lonigan. He wore one for Henderson coming back. That hurt.
You know, I find that courageous anytime Tom Lonigan goes with the flight, opens up his body.
Yeah.
Given he's only got the one kidney.
And that was gutsy. Great team play. And now the ball goes out of bounds. There's the booze that Cam was talking about.
A bit of a head clash there. That hurts. You don't like that right at the start of the game. Has to carry that for the whole day now, whole night.
Smith just won the tap. Guthrie, Blitzards, well done, Dangerfield. Great control to Henderson. And the big fly and a successful one from Smith. So a rather quiet, sedate start to the match.
Got 2 runs here, so
Can't find an empty seat around the place. You'd expect a capacity crowd tonight. Official sellout. Well done, Atkins. Fine young player, but he doesn't get it far. Dangerfield, smothered by Thompson. Gets it back. And he threw it. So, rather sloppy start by the champ.
Yeah, they're putting pressure on him.
Irony, Sloane got the resultant free kick. Now it's with Jacobs. Kicks it up towards the wing. Poor kick. Smith takes the mark to a left footer in Taylor. Going past his end right. A little chip inside the forward 50. On the stretch is Stanley. And he's marked about 40 metres out directly in front. Geelong doing all the attacking.
Sorry, Dennis, that ruck combination for Geelong is really working well so far this year. Zach Smith with the intercept mark in the middle of the ground, and then Reece Stanley pushing forward and just too tall there.
Yeah, absolutely. Far too tall for Cheney, wasn't he? You can see there, outstretched arms. Nothing you can do other than chop the arm.
Well, Stanley didn't play for Adelaide. But he comes, trying to put him off. This kick looks pretty good. Now it's swinging violently at the end, right to left, and he misses. So Adelaide just for the moment under siege.
They've had 3 intercept marks, Geelong, when Adelaide trying to get the ball out of their back 50. So you take care of that, and that's a bad fumble. So Crouch back into the team, played the first couple of rounds. There's been so much other news in Adelaide this week besides Paddy Dangerfield. Of course, the umpiring, the reaction from the club, Tex Walker's form, Jenkins' contract, a match-up against the Cats, a Friday night game, all of that, but a sideshow in one way until now. So Lynch has kicked down the line, getting it back. Lynch did well, but a terrific smother. Mackie held up.
A lot of nerves from both clubs tonight, Bruce.
Absolutely, and Geelong creating the chances.
Side of the head.
Well, he struggled with set shots, Menzel.
Had a bad week last week, didn't he?
Central Districts was his club here. What a story he is. Played 2 games in 4 seasons. And that set shots, well, he's got a real problem now, hasn't he?
That's right. It's in his head.
You wonder if this is going to come back to bite the Cats. They've had 3 real chances here.
Henderson in place of Laird to kick it in. They miss Laird.
Move it on.
Kicks outside the 50. Ruggles in front. Jacobs over the top. Knocked away by Smith. Taken in front by Gregson. Weaving run to Motlop to Smith. 60 metres out to nobody in particular. Now it's a dangerous ball in the pocket. Kirsten looks back towards the middle. It's intended for Blixarves. Will it get there quickly enough? No, Talia did. Knocked away. Taken by Motlop. And Motlop drops it on the boot. Got 4 last week. He starts brilliantly. Opportunistic goal. It was a long wait for Blixarves. That ball just hung in the air for what must have seemed like an eternity. Tom Petty said it best. Waiting was the hardest part. But it turned out okay for the Cats.
Been in good form this year, Stevie Motlop. This is what he does when he's at his absolute best. Got to the contest. No Adelaide player really went to him to the genuine front and square of that contest. He had a couple of metre break. Nice finish.
Smith having a great start, Caddy. Adelaide haven't got the ball past centre. Back to Selwood. Strong tackle from Smith, put him down. Douglas. Guthrie charging through. Arching his back and going for goal. And missing.
They haven't had it forward, the Crows, because once again, Geelong are winning it out of the middle around the clearances, and then they press up behind it, and they're very, very hard to get through at the moment.
Hurt himself too. It's stiff not to get a kick there. Here's Smith. Across the ground again, ill-directed. Gregson this time the beneficiary. John Pike can't believe what he's seeing just here. Gregson. Fingertip there by Talia, taken by Stanley. He's got a sense of humour, kicks it straight up in the air. They come from all directions. Barely touched it, did Henderson. Runs onto it though, feeds a hand pass out. McGovern worked off the line of the ball by Lang. In goes Duncan. Played it okay, got a hand pass away. Menzel, Stanley. Guthrie is through. Did he do better this time? Hooks it, hit the post. He's getting there by degrees.
They are playing good footy at the moment, Geelong. But as we know, with modern football, it's a game of momentum. It's all with the Cats right now, but not making the Crows pay.
No, they haven't, have they? You have to put scoreboard pressure on when it's your turn.
Well, they've got a lucky break there. They just can't find targets. Walker an early touch. This is the deepest they've been. First time they've had a chance. Miller, does he take Enright on? So the youngster against the old champion, he does and goes to full forward. Jenkins got a little bit of it, Taylor, and a boundary throw in. So suddenly the crowd get involved, really, in a supportive way for the first time tonight for their team.
Tom Lonigan down into the rooms for Geelong. We saw him in that head clash a few minutes ago.
It was okay, boundary throw in. Jacobs in front, Smith over the top. Dangerfield got it out. Duncan, Motlop on the stretch, carries it outside the 50, goes with the outside of the boot. It's 2-on-1. Hartigan, Lever, high ball inside the forward 50. Lynch wants it badly. Enright over the top though.
That's forced a bit of a change up. What Richo just said about Tom Lonigan. Harry Taylor's with Josh Jenkins. It's now put Henderson over to Taylor Walker. Lonigan was on Walker. So the Cats defenders having to shuffle as their important key defender Lonigan down in the rooms.
Crouch after the boundary throw in. Walker. Henderson did well. Lang, unkind bounce. Splitting the difference there, doing very nicely. McGovern gives it back towards Brown. Brown to the pocket. Walker, strong mark. That's good. Wheels around. Can he kick it? This would be a real lifter. How about that? They've absorbed the pressure. Walker kicks a goal. That was something special. The skipper, maligned this week. They should know better. The boy from Broken Hill. He's a powerhouse. What a wonderful kick.
Well, there's been a lot of talk about Tex this week, and he dropped a lot of those marks. That was as strong as ever, and I love the fact just play instinctive footy. Great start by the skipper.
See the reaction there too, Duck, so makes an early statement. Thompson, quick kick away, so Adelaide feel like they've got started, I think. Cameron, no mark, Ruggles. Had a bit of it, Charlie, didn't he?
No mark, no prior.
All of a sudden, those 5 behinds for the catch. That's why you have to make them pay when you hold the ball inside your 50.
Henderson, Menzel.
Scott, who's your wing? Straight back here.
Smith wins it, but only as far as Lynch. He just can't control it. Lang gets involved. Lynch's handball goes to Duncan. Duncan off the step, gets the ball at the back. Big play here now. Talia's got to keep his feet. Hawkins does pretty well. Kirsten, Hardigan, ball squeezing out. Hawkins a big guy to get down. Lever goes in and fetches it. He's taken down by Menzel.
All up, okay, true.
Well played by both teams there. Talia and Hawkins. Troops arrived from both Adelaide and Geelong, but Geelong held it up. Adelaide held their nerve.
1 metre.
Not a bad result.
Cats lead it by 5. Smith knocks it down. Caddy finds a way through. Then the presence of mind to go short, but missed the target. Cameron gets back. Charlie Cameron swings it wide. Now a chance here to bring it away. Hartigan didn't break straight. It was a wonderful kick. Sends it up towards the wing. Walker in his hip pocket. Henderson. Henderson's got him. Walker's not trying. Gonna make an attempt. He was too intent on trying to push the man away and break away. Well done by Henderson.
No close
big play because Adelaide were on, weren't they? They were streaming forward. So Henderson just keeps it down the line. Dangerfield a target. Such a strong contested mark, Dangerfield, but he's had a quiet start.
So many of these...
Like Sloane's running
with him. Stoppages. Sloane going him at the stoppages. I love that. Just two contested balls going head to head.
So Jacobs just wins it. So Lingy, they're a long way from that swim they had together when in that surf when Paddy told Rory he was leaving.
Yep. I think they'll leave all the chat for after the game.
Dangerfield inside the forward 50. Good mark is taken by Lever. What a promising youngster. Backs his judgment. He's in the back pocket. Sends play back towards the wing. Bartel will fly. Got a fist on it. Finding a way through. Betts now. They're off and running. Douglas taking a full revolution. The moment may have passed. Guthrie, important hand in there. Down went Dangerfield. Guthrie comes again. Doing well was Jenkins. Clever for a big man. The outside of the boot, not 15. Lynch was taken high and he'll get a free kick.
Not 15, high tackle.
Josh Jenkins. Outstanding stuff. Betts gets on the end of the short pass. Directly in front. 40 metres out. Lays it off. Long kick, Henderson missing. Well, Eddie obviously thought he couldn't do the distance.
Giving Enright a little bit of the runaround is Eddie Betts, getting up in the middle of the ground, getting touches and then pushing forward. That was just really good hard work because he was involved on the wing, pushed inside 50 to get that mark.
Adelaide are getting them when they're surging onto it, all running onto it, opening them up out the back at times, just making those Geelong defenders a little bit nervous.
So blitz halves. Defensive tight kick. Talia got to the front. Thompson. Jacobs. Heard the call. Selwood, does he keep it in play? No. It's going to be an Adelaide kick.
Yeah, okay, you're through. Kick here.
Your comment was interestingly prior to the match, Al. In some ways, Dangerfield's brought the best out in Selwood as well. I mean, Joel's an incredible player, but you feel like he's actually thrived on having somebody of Dangerfield's class alongside of him.
Absolutely, Bruce.
So Adelaide switch it up. Lever. Now this is where they've had some problems. That's a good kick. Here is McGovern. A couple of first-year players out there tonight. McGovern, Miller.
Nice player too, McGovern. Hard to tell whether he's a lefty or a righty. Goes with the right foot this time, down towards half forward. Should have gone left. Taylor comes up and takes the mark. Harry, been around forever. Cross half back. Short, Lang. Goes to the outer side. Bartel. Miller are closing. Bartel. Hard against the line. Bristling start to this game. Long ball. Hartigan's in front. Dangerfield over the top. Fortuitous there for Menzel. Kicks it down towards the pocket. Kirsten. Well, a lucky break. He rode it brilliantly. Didn't break straight as he went past the pack. Left foot kick, a bit of a floater, but Kirsten got on the end of it. 3 goals last week against the West Coast Eagles.
I think you're right, Dan. That was a lucky one to Shane Kirsten, but when you're in front and on the move as a forward, things do fall in your lap a little bit, and Kirsten, a very good set shot for goal. Should have no troubles from here.
So the margin is 10 points. Plenty of pressure in this game, a lot of mistakes too. The one thing that strikes you is the number of smothers and players getting in close to the kicking foot. It's always a sign of players making just an extra effort or two early in a game. This is a statement game for both these clubs. And the Cats have come out snarling first, but missing opportunities.
Good start to Geelong, 12 inside 50s to 3. That room in there is where Tom Monaghan has been since he came from the ground. He had a head clash earlier in the match. You can only assume he's in there having the concussion test.
So Stanley gets over the top of Jenkins. Betts comes off the square, does it brilliantly, gets it wide. Atkins to Crouch. They're both left footer, so they're in pretty good spots. Atkins to centre half forward. Walker attacked that, and there's one of those smothers again. That was great by Taylor. Buse, I reckon he's gone.
Yep.
I reckon he's gone.
Gotta love that from the skipper, Doug. Couldn't quite get the kick away, but followed up. Brilliant tackle. That's the way to lead this team.
Yeah, second, third effort, stayed in the contest, ball smothered, but then followed up, hunted the footy again. Quite clever too, waited for him to take possession, Buse, before he laid the tackle.
Goes back a long way. He can be a little hit or miss. He's a beautiful kick, but he can miss these. We know that. This would be the dream start, personally, for him. He's kicked it beautifully. The wind gets hold of it. It's through. Tex has got 2. Gee, Duck, I reckon he'd feel the pressure of the world off his shoulders right now. It's a massive start for him. So important that he got on the board, and he's been able to get on the board early. So, big effort there by Tex Walker. Fantastic that he got the second goal, and Adelaide get back within 4 points.
Bruce, I love that. Just getting over there and getting in his face a little bit. That's sensational. Shows how important this game is tonight.
Did well. Seedsman. Dangerfield. Selwood coming through. Guthrie's got the football. It's an Adelaide free though.
Time back on.
Seedsman across the ground. Brown. Man loose on the outer side. This is Atkins. Powerful kick normally. Feigns a hand pass. Takes something off the kick. Inside the forward 50. Up in front Taylor. He'll get the free. Arm sliding over the shoulder. Good news. Tom Lonigan, the veteran. Walking around the boundary. Here's Harry Taylor. It's a veteran defence.
The only thing Tom Lonigan won't want to hear, Dennis, is starting the game on Walker, that he's already got 2 goals under his belt. Spent that bit of time in the rooms. He's kicked 2. His opponent might get a little bit grumpy at his teammates.
Just another challenge.
Thank God for champion data. You don't get blamed these days, do you, Clingy? We know where you are every moment. Crows can't get that one out of their ball up.
Thanks.
So Geelong making most of the running, but Adelaide counter-punching really well here. Within 4 points. Crouch, that's Brad.
Attacked. Adelaide.
Thompson, he's just a bull, isn't he? So courageous. Chiseled that physique of his. Kicks to the pocket. Well played, Guthrie.
There, Eddie.
Bet's not easy to beat in that situation, and Guthrie did him easily.
Bruce, you spoke about counter-punching and what Adelaide's doing. Well, they lost the inside 50 count last week against the Bulldogs by 31, and already they're only half of what Geelong are, 12-6. But each time they do go forward, they look so dangerous, and they're scoring.
So Ruggles down the line.
He's undecided early. Kirsten, a clever mark, juggled it. Looks back towards the corridor, 2-on-1. The one does well, Stanley. Spread eagled them. Stanley inside the forward 50. Caddy, dangerous spot for Atkins. Caddy goes back, pulls it across the body. How will it bounce? Wrong side.
So there's Tom Lonigan. He came out a couple of minutes ago and he just didn't look right in the face. He looked a little bit dazed, as you can see there. Put the tracksuit top straight on. So I think he may be gone, Tom.
Richo, he has had a number of concussions throughout his career, and might be starting to become a real issue for Tom, and a bit of a worry that he's getting so many knocks, and as you said, looks pretty sick and sorry.
So, what's shocking that for a bloke who's had his great mark by Walker's had his share of bad luck. So, Tex having a fabulous start here, and the man who was going to be on him for a long time looks like he's gone for the night, and maybe a cloud over his immediate future long term. Well played by Lever. Enright sits underneath him and takes the mark. Switches it wide. Bartel wide to Selwood. He was so unlucky, Lonigan, in that 09 year, and of course he was there in 07 as well.
Ricochets to Caddy. Didn't trust Caddy the first time round. They should have kept it to him. This is Motlop. Guthrie's been good. Goes forward towards the pocket and Stanley. Very mobile. Dangerfield dropped the mark. Recovers. Cheney is with him. Clever by Dangerfield. Missed the target. Kirsten goes in. Tackled by Crouch and taken down. Motlop put the body in. Knocked away by Seedsman. Taken by Menzel. Hand passes wide. Guthrie waited. Breaks a tackle. Has a shot from deep in the pocket. Good looking effort. Slides across the face. Off hands and a minor score.
Well, the build-up for the catch was absolutely perfect, as we see there. Paddy dropped a sitter. Absolute sitter for him. He is human, Liggy.
Is it nerve stuff?
Yeah. Well, you can only put it down to nerves. I mean, he would take that 9.9 times out of 10.
Yep.
That's the point one.
Ball at the back. Gee, isn't Guthrie winning all the one-on-ones? He just can't convert at the moment. McGovern. Bartel slides into it and takes the mark. Wonderful player. To another one in Selwood. Now Buse. Can he find a target? No, Cheney got off the line quicker than Dangerfield. And Paddy needs to reprogram here.
He does. He needs to reset himself for all the build-up and all the excitement. And we've been talking him up. He's a champion in the game, but he has not started this game well at all. He dropped that mark. They put a lot of pressure onto him early, but even then, beaten in a one-on-one contest, just needs to somehow relax amongst all the craziness of being out there and get back to doing what he does best.
Bartel camped in front of the pack. Selwood, made to earn it.
Play on advantage!
The rival captains. Meanwhile, advantage has been played. Geelong go inside their forward 50. Hardigan's over the football, needs to be careful. He was slow to go. He remembered, I've got to try and get rid of this ball or be seen to.
I love this. I love this again from Tex Walker. Laid the tackle. Doesn't do anything cheap there. Just stands over Joel Selwood and says, I mean business tonight.
Seedsman had a smother by Duncan, who was so strong in the tackle as well. Smith. Cameron, look at that. Dangerfield getting involved there. What great stuff this is.
There's aggressiveness from both teams, isn't there? Both of those guys wanted the ball as much as one another.
A goal to the Cats here would be huge in the circumstances. Kick to fall forward. Thurston should have marked it. Can he turn Lever inside out? He goes back. Now Motlop's a good guy to have it, you'd reckon. And he misses Geelong. They have so many chances, haven't they?
Stand on the line. Back over.
So Talia.
On the line, back over.
Can't keep doing this, the Cats. Almost quarter time. The Crows will have their moments. Right now they're on the ropes. Talia drives it short of the wing. Jenkins, giant strides at the footy, juggled across the line. And walking out is Enright, so we'll have a boundary throw in. It was touched in front of Enright. Not sure he didn't juggle it out anyway. So a boundary throw in. Just under 2.5 minutes to quarter time. A game that's lived up to its promise. Oh, headed away by Smith, if you don't mind. Lynch was taken high. No, apparently not. The umpire had a good look. Ball out.
Went under his arm.
Good explanation.
Straight back here.
Just a magnificent Falcon to advantage here. he was a former soccer player, Zach Smith.
Cameron did well. Releases Lynch.
Hits with a long high ball. Betts worked to the front. G. Taylor did well to get across and help. Betts turning. Jenkins. Now what can he do? Kicks to centre half forward. Not a great kick. Ruggles releases Enright. Geelong on the bounce. Lots of one-on-ones. Now they've got the spare here with Motlop. They're on. Here he goes. And you'd fancy he'll kick a goal. He's inside 50. He's inside 40. No, he decides to spread it. And gives Menzel the worst set shot at Geelong. Just that to convert.
That was very unusual by Motlop. You're running straight at goal, stop prop, and then come back inboard. Why wouldn't he had a shot there, Lingy?
There's selflessness and maybe silliness. Oh.
Well, let's hope Menzel can convert, because
I would have thought you just kicked the goal.
He's 2-9 from set shots. He's missed one tonight. That's a better looking kick. It's a goal.
Just wanted to play him back into form.
Just looked a bit odd, didn't it?
Very strange. Just not sure about that at all. Nothing more inspirational than a running goal and a couple of bounces.
I reckon he's back to 2013 form. He's back.
Very cool. Yeah, absolutely. And getting dragged along by better players within the team. Let's have another look at Stevie Motlop. Gets out the back really well, and I think all of us up here thought that this was just going to be a terrific running goal, and at the last second went the little chip over to Dan Menzel. Unselfish football. We all thought he was going to go and slot it.
Stanley's been very good. Wins this one out of the centre. Hartigan stands his ground and kicks it out towards the wing. This will bounce close to the line. This will be an interesting call.
Deliberately out of bounds.
Crowd won't like it.
Had nothing else on his mind though, Dennis.
No.
Good call.
Mackey drives inside the forward 50. Henderson, good mark. Backed himself. Like Henderson. Versatile player. Can go forward. He's kicked 6 goals in a showdown. There's Lynch. What a revelation he's been since coming from St Kilda. Kicks it down towards half forward. Stanley over the top. Behind him, thumped away by Taylor. Quick hands, Bartel, Duncan. Blixarves to the middle. Someone needs to get on Motlop. Motlop drives it inside the forward 50. Smith could have almost got a free kick there. Knocks it down to his own advantage. Lays it off Guthrie, who's been superb. Taken down by Thompson. Gives it across towards Lang. Lang gives it to Hawkins. Smothered by Talia. And taken across the line by Seedsman. Wonderful defence. Talia magnificent.
That is brilliant football. Desperation. Talia. Smother on the boot. Saved a certain goal.
And look at those scoring shots. 11-3, double the score, but Adelaide certainly in a quiet start for the champ. Such a build-up on what is a spectacular night. Full house. Yep, and it is Friday the 13th. So he's been involved, but not much happening for Danger so far, but he could be ready to explode. But at quarter time, Geelong with a healthy margin. It should be a lot more, though. They lead 26-13.
Presto is now home to the Golden Globe award-winning series Empire. Season 1 is streaming now. Start your 1-month free trial at presto.com.au.
So if you love hip-hop, money, power and a bit of drama, who doesn't? You're going to love Empire. Stream the whole first season now on Presto. Tom Lonergan, Richo, what's the latest there?
Yeah, look, Tom's gone for the night, Bruce. We assume it's because of concussion. He had a head clash early in the game, went down into the rooms, was down in there for a while, was pushed there into the back of his opponent. The head clash with Henderson. Went off the ground, came back looking pretty glum and a little bit dazed, put the tracksuit top straight on, and he will not take any further part in this game. He has had a history with concussion. Lingy noted that during the call. In fact, he missed a game last year, round 4, with concussion, so absolutely no risks taken these days with players with concussion.
Cats lead by 13 points starting the second term. Friday night football. Guthrie starts on the bench. 9 possessions to quarter time. Selwood, Duncan, sent it down towards half forward, low and flat, taken by Menzel. Too far out to score, I'd suggest. Takes something off this one, looking for Hawkins, and he juggles the mark. Wonderful test of strength that he won.
It was clever use in the end, Dennis, wasn't it? Just most important thing you do, kept his eyes on the footy and the flight of the ball the whole time. Never took his eyes off it.
15 seconds gone.
Good show of strength.
Big Tom. 17 goals for the season, 3 last week. Never kicked more than 3 goals against these Crows. Kickstart his night. Right behind him. Hawkins' kick is out to the right, swinging further away. So another bad miss. So many of those document the Cats' early going.
Richo, just the breeze. I mean, the flags look pretty still here. I mean, seeing balls just floating away. What's it like down there?
Absolutely no breeze, Bruce. So I'm not sure out in the middle of the ground, though, but there doesn't appear to be a lot to me.
No, and that's what we're seeing there, but we've seen a few of them. Even Walker's goal was running away towards the end. Smith's been good. Stanley's been good. The kick to the pocket. Terrific, Mark Menzel.
Brilliant, Mark. Daniel Menzel.
Thank you.
Gee, it's good seeing him do that. Just the confidence he has in his knee now and his body. 4 knee reconstructions, well documented. But to jump, turn, take that mark and land without a worry in the world, that's a really good sign for his future. Just mentally, physically, everything.
His brother playing SNFL for the Crows at the moment, but this young man is such a talent, and that one always to the near side. So Geelong with so much domination here, you just wonder if it's going to come back to bite them.
Absolute pin-up boy for persistence and perseverance, isn't he? Mental.
Here's Lynch on the outer side. Chinny kicked it to him. Thompson.
Thank you.
Leads the Crows in tackles, 5th in the competition, averaging 29 possessions a game. I think sometimes we undersell him. Lever. There's Brown. Brown, a little dinking kick over the top. Jacobs slips on the logo. Talia. Still inside the centre square. Cheney. Henderson. In other words, half forward. Thompson. Now, pretty crowded up ahead. So Thompson kicks into the man on the mark. That wasn't an option. Ricochets to Dangerfield. Bad hand pass intended for Gregson, who throws it. So Sloan getting this football just outside the 50.
You got it? You back there, Steph?
Jacobs wanting it long. And he goes in that direction. Jacobs in front. Almost should have marked it in the end. Falls to ground. Hughes trying to dig it out of there. Enright's got the football. Cameron's got him. Hurried kick towards the boundary. Dangerfield goes after it. Tries to keep it in. Sort of. And we'll have a boundary throw in.
Just wonder if Paddy Dangerfield just expecting pressure straight away at the moment. Just a panicked handball by him wanting to get rid of the footy. Just hasn't got that composure we're used to seeing from Patrick Dangerfield. Just struggling with it at the moment.
Jacobs beaten again by Smith. Here is Dangerfield. That's a good handball to Hughes. And one from Enright. So Sloan a little closer than he was, but
on the line, okay?
I'm not sure if he can go all the way here. He probably sets it up, and he does, and turns it over. So Adelaide now might be in big trouble. Motlop can run and carry, but he decides to hold it up and get it out wide to Hawkins.
Thanks, Daniel.
Adelaide just weren't brave enough a few minutes ago. They had a real chance, I reckon, 3-4 minutes ago when they came out of the back half and they slowed it down. They went to Jacobs. It was the wrong option.
And it's just allowing Geelong time to get back. Already 10 intercept marks for the Cats. They average 14 in an entire game this season. So, as you were saying, Bruce, when they hesitate, Geelong are sliding back, getting their set up perfectly, and then they're just picking them off at will.
Boundary throw in. Smith and Jacobs. Jacobs in front. Knocks it down. Sloan. Started this term well. Thompson. Lynch. Kicks down towards half forward. Bounces obligingly for Walker. Pushed out of a Taylor. Now Jenkins on the back of 8 goals last week. Goes short this time. And finds McGovern.
Good strong work by Tex Walker again. Just that one-on-one body use. So able to, wasn't a perfect handball, but Taylor just going to ground, have to keep your feet. Good kick by Jenkins.
If they can get it in, Walker looks dangerous too.
He does.
They've just got to get it in there.
No Lonergan.
So here's McGovern, first-year player. And that kick is good. Just but good. Got great composure, this young man. He's potted some pretty important goals for the Crows this year. And as I said before, highly skilled, both sides of his body. One of the rare players these days that you can't tell. Left or right, doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's been a real find, hasn't he? I mean, he's terrific mark. He's got an X factor about him, good size, hard man to match up on, and Adelaide stay in touch. Remarkably, it's 3 goals apiece. It's hard to get your head around that for the moment. Sloane, Caddy, clever by Lang, didn't quite though. Crouch, doesn't get it far into Mackie. And hands and knees in the end, but takes the mark. Sacred Heart boy along with Gregson tonight, 2 of the Cats. Henderson to Taylor. So they're the 2 key defenders, of course, without Lonergan for the rest of the night. Enright. What about Enright? 316 games, 100 shy of where Brent Harvey is this weekend before he plays.
Incredible, isn't it? Going strong though, Enright.
Kicks down the line. Kirsten was the big flyer in the boundary throw-in. He's chasing down Nankervis as Harvey's chasing down Tuck.
325.
Yep, Bruce, and he's now 316. So similar numbers, aren't they? Just 100 different.
That's almost 100.
That's a lot of seasons, a lot of football.
9 points the margin. Cameron coughed it up. Selwood. Seedsman got him though. Gregson taken down strongly by Brown. On his knees. Crouch comes back to him. Duncan trying to spin away. Seedsman got him. Crouch goes after it again. Opposite direction, Selwood. Gregson gets it across towards Ruggles. Ruggles the high ball down towards the pocket. And that's another strong mark. He's proving a handful, Hawkins, but not on the scoreboard. They've almost got a free there. Talia grabbed him by the arm as they came to that footy. So Hawkins deep in the pocket. His toughest shot tonight. I'm setting this one up, Bruce. He might dub this. Hawkins' kick is on the way. It's working back. Not enough. Behind. 10 points the difference.
10 shots the difference.
Yeah, dominating the Cats, aren't they, in their forward 50 and shots at goal, but just not making the Crows pay.
And Duck set shots. Geelong 2-5, Adelaide 3-zip. That was a difficult one, but most of them have been fairly straightforward. So Adelaide haven't got this far. Crouch. Now, he runs a fair way and gets the ball towards Jacobs and Jenkins. Jenkins didn't go in the end. And Smith just backtracking with Stanley.
They're so good at transitioning the ball from their defensive 50, the Adelaide Crows this year, but they're finding it tough against this Geelong defence who set up beautifully behind the footy.
Yeah, they're going to have to take a risk, aren't they, Matty, at some stage of slow movement at the moment. Dangerfield dashing onto it. Didn't go. The kick went the long handball. Motlop squeezing it back. Couldn't quite get down Hawkins. Cameron did well. It was a bit of chaos. He sort of bashed and crashed. And in the end, Adelaide will get it away. And Miller doesn't quite. Cameron backing it up. What a great bit of play by Charlie.
He's away around the outer side. He's had a bounce under pressure. No one to kick to. Getting across is Douglas. May cut Henderson off. He does. Grabs it, pulls it back. Now a chance for Betts to climb all over the man in front. Will Hughes knocks it away. Betts went to ground. Betts will get a free.
Two massive individual efforts from both Cameron and Douglas, willing themselves to both of those footies. And in the end, that was just a panic drag down by Hughes.
Goal to Betts. Margin whittled away to just 4 points now. Cameron's run around the outer side. He was beckoning somebody to move, and eventually it finished up in the goal square. And Betts dragged down. 29 plays, 25.
Pretty nervous when you're one-on-one with Eddie Betts inside that forward 50. Just have a look at the drag down there. Not a lot in it, thingy, I wouldn't have thought.
It's just there, but I felt it was there.
So Smith trying to get over the top. Here's Dangerfield. First real big clearance. Can he make it stick? It's a poor kick. Mark Klein.
Well, He's made some errors tonight that we just don't see Paddy make. Missed handball, missed kicks, a few fumbles.
It's not what we expected. Crouch kicks to a contest. Geelong had the numbers. There's Dangerfield, so he's working so hard. Ruggles, good tackle by Cameron, who's getting heavily involved. Geelong released. Guthrie, Enright, can he find the target? That's good play. Gets to Kirsten. It's a pretty good kick.
Now, he simply must kick this goal just to settle Geelong down right now. Every time they go inside forward 50, they're kicking a goal only 13% of the time. Adelaide, when they're getting it down there, they're kicking goals 40% of the time for their entry. So Kirsten's so important now. He goes back, settles down, settles his entire team down and slots this goal.
Looking good, holding the line, and just touching the post. Big night for him tonight. He's been very promising this year. It's the sort of game you want him to really stand up. He's made a good start.
No vaccine for this. Kicking straight goes out the window sometimes. So contagious. Brad Crouch, short of the wing, drifting back Bartel. How often has he done that? Just lobs it towards the 50. Menzel, in a lively forward tonight. Sends it towards the opposite pocket. Stanley stayed down. Henderson thumped away. Motlop up at his toes dancing and then concedes and comes back to Harry Taylor.
David Campese there, was it?
The goose step.
Goosey.
Leave it on.
Harry told to play on. From 70 metres out, long down towards full forward. A lot of jostling, big pack at the pull of the ball. Duncan slung as he kicked. Hartigan did well. Crouch, Brown, now Smith. Tracks it towards the boundary. Lane came after him. Kick to space. Bounces inside the centre square. Betts cleverly in trouble now. Clever again. Socket away in the direction of Douglas. Stolen by Hughes though. He storms to 55. It's a very open forward line. Hartigan knocks it down. Kirsten. Well, Geelong supporters would want that from what they saw at the other end moments ago. Henderson comes away though and kicks it back towards midfield.
Yeah, it's a good call, Dennison. The ball gets to the back. Miller, clever, releases the ball. Betts is about to get onto it. He may have to release as well. Back to Miller, who got up so quickly. Good vision by the young man to another youngster in McGovern. Now McGovern goes to full forward. Walker doesn't quite. Can he take the man on? No high tackle. Henderson gets him down. Got him. Well played, Henderson.
Geelong. Prior opportunity. Holding ball, your free kick.
Well umpired.
Yeah.
Well umpired.
He didn't have to go to ground, did he? That was part of trying to beat the tackle. Henderson out of the back pocket, close to the boundary. Guthrie in that pack. He's a confident young man, as was Motlop moments ago.
Here's Richo's goose step.
The great David Campese. Couldn't he twinkle his toes and bedazzle them?
Jenkins.
The man Geelong, Selwood.
Selwood getting a free kick.
Holding.
Didn't see it.
Right on it.
Obviously, not where the ball was. Joel Selwood. Kicks it down towards half forward. Real tug of war at the moment. Game is settled down. Brad Crouch slung. Smith trying to walk it out of there. Nothing doing. And the ball up.
Well battled. Just let it stand up. Thank you. Just here.
So Blitz halves that third man. Sloan, Duncan, Guthrie has been outstanding. And that kicks in the air for a while, but it should be okay, and it is. Henderson playing well.
Hold there.
Added responsibility, Lonergan off the ground.
Play on.
And not coming back. So Henderson's kick. Views. Second match this year. Played a couple of weeks ago against Gold Coast when they won by 20 goals. This is a different environment tonight.
Play on.
Back he goes to Bartel.
Play on, you.
And then Bartel, good kick to Duncan. And then Duncan, a slow build up by the Cats to Taylor. They're controlling the rhythm here, Geelong. They've done it well. Ruggles, does he find a target? Yep, Selwood's worked hard. They've got to half forward. Neat kick, well played. And Adelaide haven't had a sniff, have they? From one side of the ground and one end of the ground to the other. And Hawkins, this would take something here. Is he going to set it up? He is. He goes to the pocket. Motlop hands in the back. Free kick to Brown.
Anti-climax. Good build-up. Brown's got the free. His 77th game. Never polled a Brownlow vote. It's better than that. Hardigan goes short. This is Cheney. Jabs it. Still inside the 50. Thompson comes up. Sweeping hand pass. Lever. Backs off. There's a cross goal. Cheney again. Former Hawk drives it out wide. Half volley now. Atkins has got problems. Fends off Mackie. Slips a hand pass away. Well played. Now Crouch. Crouch inside the centre square. Duncan came across. Coming up was Walker. Picked up by Dangerfield. Kirsten. Here's that man again. Guthrie. Dashing run down towards half forward. Gregson sends it towards the pocket. Motlop. Well, Guthrie again. He's been very good tonight.
On your angle. Thank you.
He's been terrific, Dan. Cam Guthrie. And it was a clever kick just to Steve Motlop's advantage. And as in the first quarter, Motlop has looked really dangerous when he's drifted forward. Some hard running through the midfield, but each time he snuck forward, it looked like he could score.
Motlop going at his second then, and he puts it through. Margin back out to 11. 16 scoring shots to 5 is more the indicator, but of course there's no guarantee they can keep this up, the Cats.
Just having a look here, bottom right, you can see Motlop. There's the work rate. He's pointing to where he wants the footy. That's the most important thing. He wanted it long. It was the perfect kick. Just held his ground, protected the space behind.
So Geelong get a little breather, a little margin. Crouch out of the centre. That's Matt Crouch. Cameron's been impressive. It's been a cameo type role, but what he's done has been outstanding. So speaking of outstanding, this is probably the outstanding player on the ground in the first half. Guthrie wide, Enright, good juggling mark.
The Crows are desperate for Seedsman and Brodie Smith to get into the game. Both of them only 2 disposals. They're the overlap players that get them going.
No bounce off half-back from them, is there? So,
Richo, does it look as though Geelong's playing a defensive forward on him? I'll come back to you in a second.
So Cameron and bursting towards goal. That's a sweet kick. He's hammered it home. Was that Andrew McLeod or was that Charlie Cameron? Gee, I've liked him. I have loved what he's done so far tonight.
Given them some life, hasn't he?
Oh, he absolutely has.
He was good last week too, Bruce, with his pressure. Didn't quite get the reward last week, but you could see him getting into some form. Costly turnover here. It was a slip in the middle from Buse, and then just high-class finish from Cameron outside 50 on the run. Adelaide have done it tonight. They've taken their opportunities when they've gone forward. Geelong haven't yet. They've still got the lead, but Costly up forward.
Crouch gave it to Atkins, kicks it down towards half forward. McGovern with confidence. Cameron. McGovern once more, confronted by Blexarves, dragged down, but not before he got the hand pass off. Lynch comes back to Jacobs. Confidence growing in the Crows. A queue of Cats down there, and Buse has taken the mark. So inside 50s, just moments ago, the last set of bounce, 12-8 Geelong's way, which was the free kick count last week against the Crows. You weren't happy about that? They'd be happy about the way this game has gone, though, simply because they're not playing well. They're right in it, up to their earlobes. Henderson Kicks towards the outer side. Smith comes over the top of Douglas and knocks it out of bounds. That stat changed on me, Bruce. I had to go with it.
Perfectly delivered.
Richo, just talking about Brodie Smith and Seedsman. Are Geelong playing a defensive forward on them, or they just can't find their way into the game?
Well, Seedsman's on the pine at the moment. Brodie Smith just came back onto the ground, and his matchup at the moment is Darcy Lang.
He's been reasonably quiet himself. Sloane hurried that. He had plenty of time. Sloane, he was away from Dangerfield, and that's a bit of a waste out on the full. So Taylor. So Adelaide haven't been in front all night. They're within a kick, getting towards half-time. Smith was the flyer there, and it was Lang who had a couple of cracks at it. Sloane taken high, gets a free kick. Had a terrific season. Down last week like a lot of the good players were. Thompson, another one that was down. Betts, another one that was down. Move it on! Play on! So Sloane from centre wing gets the ball to about 50 metres. Taylor belts it away.
Dangerfield hard against the boundary line. Another wayward kick. Talia tracks it back. Awkward situation. Hartigan is running for him. Back to Talia. Pushed as he kicked. It affected the kick. Sloane brilliant. Henderson peels off, comes across the ground, element of danger here, and Brown did brilliantly. Gregson was bearing down. Brown eyes only for the football.
He knew the pressure was coming, had to stand under it. Great mark.
Cheney, short. Hartigan growing in stature. Poor kick though, I can fix them. Miller goes after it. Duncan being handy. Dangerfield, vacant goal square. Cheney is rushing back, but this one's wide of the mark and goes through for a minor score.
Just missing a few of those really important targets coming back through the corridor at times, the Crows.
That's for sure, Duck. So they escape again there, really. Sloane busy the last few minutes. So Douglas had the man going past, but he had to stop and prop Jacobs. Probably should have gone to Miller. He's missed a chance. Now they slow it down, but he finds a target. Cameron, who's been a star in this quarter. Poor kick. Betts made a very good contest. Ball slipping out. Cameron getting involved again. Ball not quite out. Bartel taken down. Adelaide swarm on him. Ball up.
Well done, Eddie Betts. He didn't deserve to have that contest, and he did. So they get another opportunity because of that.
Tossed up, Sloane, third man up, wide intended for Betts. He tracks it towards the line, stays in. Dangerfield, 16 possessions, not all of them quality, and now having a momentary lapse. Without his compass, Mackie just fell out of bounds.
Still had the most on the ground, Paddy Dangerfield. Only the 5 kicks, though.
Guthrie has 14. He spent quite a bit of time to start this term on the bench. You know about Guthrie. Confident young man. Swap jumpers with Chris Judd. His idol. Hang on to that jumper, Chris. Might be worth something. Ruggles over the top. Gregson paddles it towards the boundary. Nicely done. Goes with the outside of the boot down towards half forward. In front, Caddy knocked it down. Stanley gets a hand pass inside 50. Now Kirsten takes his time, runs into an open goal and gets it. His second. And this margin has been about the same throughout this term. It was 13 points at quarter time. What have we got? 12 now. The Crows challenge. Geelong certainly looked a better side, but that stands for naught. It's not about artistic merit at the end of the night.
Gee, Stanley's a hard man to catch, and he is such an athlete. We've seen him on Grand Final day in the past, playing a terrific role here.
We always wonder how in the modern game players get out the back here. You can't quite see Shane Kirsten, but just in all sorts of space. Steve Motlop also got out the back and could have quite easily got the handball. He just appears there. It's just because of the modern press. They all get up the ground. Occasionally, that can happen.
Well done by Sloane. Building to Millerer. Kept his feet. That was the important thing. So Sloane having a bit of a burst here. Goes to full forward. Walker at the back. Makes the contest. Lynch releases. Misses a target. Oh, Enright was superb. He had 3 Crows against him. He just tapped it towards the line. Still in play. Thompson pushing forward. Boundary throw-in. Well played, Enright. Gee, Rory Sloane been busy the last 5 minutes.
Don't hold! No holds here. Mark! 1 metre rucks.
A good duel this one. Jacobs and Smith. A lock up. Smith wins it. Caddy. Need more from him. Very good last week. Bartel. Hughes repels Borders. Guthrie running out of space. Cameron arrives with attitude, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Continues to get better each week. We've sung his praises so far in this first half. Up to 14 disposals. Very good game from Cameron Guthrie. 7 score involvements.
Menzel. Motlop. He was trying to keep that in, I think, but miscued with the outside of the boot. Angry with himself, it floats out of bounds on the full, and Talia will get the free.
So he's backtracking. Now Lever bring it to this side of the ground. Henderson loves to run and carry, but Geelong have been so good. Richo's talked about no bounce really from some of their ball carriers and runners. This man has carried the ball well for them. Cameron, that's a sloppy poor kick, and this could hurt on half-time. Bartel, that was ordinary too. Ball in dispute. Blitzars was terrific. Cameron now to clean up a bit of the mess that he made. Thompson to get down, fumbling. Not a good handball. Smith did superbly. Had few touches. That was an important one. To Henderson, to Sloane. Adelaide might get a late one. Jenkins running hard. Can Sloane find a target? No. Well done by Henderson. And a boundary throw in. Well, Adelaide dodged the bullet.
Both sides making a couple of basic errors there.
Well, it's been Geelong's first half, clearly, and yet Adelaide within a couple of kicks. And maybe here have the one chance to close it again. Smith wins it.
Tight to play on.
Enright trapped it, then gave it to Guthrie. Dangerfield may get the last disposal in the first half. He does. So
you're watching Friday Night Footy Half-Time, brought to you by Jim Beam.
Welcome back for Jim Beam. It's half-time here on Friday Night Football. And Dangerfield, well, he's got the most touches for the Cats. Not a lot of handballs amongst that, not as devastating as he can be, but starting to run into the play. That's one story of the night. The other story is the one that counts, and that is that Geelong lead by 12 points, but they have nearly kicked themselves out of this game already at half-time. They've given themselves every chance of being 5, 6, 7 goals up, Brandy, and mucked it up.
Geelong supporters will be hoping it's not a repeat of the 2008 grand final, of course. They missed all those goals, but they've been very good. They've been the dominant side, and they've really worked hard defensively, been very well organised. Just need to take their chances, Bomber.
They certainly do, and they've missed a lot of goals, like we said, but Adelaide haven't sort of done themselves any favours either, you know. I think they're finding it hard to take the ball through the middle of the ground. Yeah. Their kick-to-handball ratio is 2-1. Yeah. They're just not handballing and moving the ball with any freedom.
Cats smashed them in the centre bounce. They kept the ball in their forward line and their forwards messed it up. It's pretty simple, and you can see the half-time, and Adelaide lacked dare. They lacked the dare to move the ball quickly into their forward line with those small forwards and also Tex. It's a worry for them.
Dermot King, you got it right in the lab before the game so far, unfolding as they predicted. Let's have a look at the first half highlights. Before we do that, sorry boys, I want to go to you because you picked it. You said the midfield is where Adelaide has been breaking down, Kingy. You asked me to ask Don Pike about that specifically before the game because you saw this as their Achilles heel.
Well, I'm not sure whether they're doing it by design or whether that's just what the numbers tell you, Dermot.
But it's happening.
It's happening. Coming in, we knew they'd get more inside 50s, the Cats, because they get the repeat opportunities. We knew the Crows would try and play pure footy and score quickly out of their back half, but their defensive organisation via Bartel, Enright, Taylor and Dangerfield has been fantastic, and that's what we'll show in a moment.
Very, very well organised. I know it's 2 goals or thereabouts at the moment. This game is further apart than that, not just because of inaccurate kicking, but even Adelaide's score comes on the back of really poor errors by Geelong as well. It's not as if Adelaide have gone, right, we've worked so hard, we've earned this one, we've made this goal. When Geelong fall over in the middle of the ground, they don't spoil the ball over, it drops and Eddie Betts gets a free kick in the goal square. It hasn't exactly been Adelaide's wonderful play. Let's put 5 goals on the board. All right, boys, let's have a look at the recap of the first half. First bounce. There he is, Patrick Dangerfield, glistening in the light there at Adelaide Oval, ready to go. And it was off to a flyer. Motlop's first goal of the game. Little snap around the corner. Nice kick there. And Motlop has been a very busy forward so far. Walker got a couple here. Look at this one. Beautiful mark on the boundary line. And if you don't mind, swung around, just wheeled around onto that right boot and nailed it. He split the middle of that kick. And the Adelaide Crows went berserk. Another effort here by the big Texan. Just waited, maybe grabbed views a bit high. No, said the umpire. And after last week when they couldn't buy a free kick, there was no way knowing they weren't going to get a couple tonight. And Walker made sure the umpire gave him every opportunity. Kicked the first 2. And again, it was Motlop who got going with a beautiful run. Look at this one though. Injury on the boundary line with Lonergan there on the bench.
Yeah, it definitely was. It looks nasty. He's got a history of concussions as well. Just see, well done there by Jenkins. Was able to spot up McGovern. Good awareness. That was one of the few times they went into an open forward line in that second quarter. And then we see Eddie Betts' goal. Was able to keep his feet here. Jed Hughes just made the mistake, lost his feet, and then gave away a silly free kick to Eddie Betts, who finished the goal.
Cats take it away again. Gregson a quick kick into the forward line and too strong Motlop. He's a really good player, Motlop. Fit, young and a good kick at goal. Cats fight back with another one. All of a sudden the handball and there he is, Charlie Cameron. Real pace with a good bang from outside 50 and kicks it over the line. That was a good comeback by the Adelaide side, but all of a sudden Kirsten, you wouldn't believe it, no one within 50 metres of him, nearly fell over his own feet, picked it up and put it through the goals. At the half-time, that put him up 12 points at half-time, but a scrappy game and some poor kicking by the Cats.
So that again, 5-1-31 Adelaide, Geelong 5-13-43. Kirsten's got a couple and Motlop, the major goal kickers, Walker kicked those 2 in the first quarter for the Adelaide Crows. Let's go to the videotape and check out where the Cats went wrong in front of goals. Brandy, have a look at this.
Yeah, Simpson wasn't. Had a lot more time there, Tommy Hawkins. He hasn't had the best night in front of goals, that's for sure. He's missed quite a few set shots and started off with Daniel Menzel, who had an absolute shocker early on, and this really continued on. He's able to get over the hips. How good's this guy been? Cam Guthrie. Of course he missed that goal, but he's arguably been the best player on the ground all night. Missed another one on the left foot there, Ed.
Guthrie
but
missed
that
too.
is the story. It's interesting to see whether this hurts him, because usually if a side doesn't use their momentum, it usually comes back to hurt them, Bomber.
Certainly does, and they've had the momentum, haven't they? They've just dominated the game. They've handled the ball around the packs a lot better. The cleaner, they're taking it away. Adelaide are just not playing to anywhere near their potential. So I hope it doesn't hurt them, but it might. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Guthrie missed 2, Menzel 2, and Hawkins 3.
Yeah, well, Hawkins 3, and I'll see you and raise you on Guthrie, because Guthrie kicked one out in the full as well.
Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah, so it's not only is it 5-13, it's 5-13 and one out in the full. Anyway, let's have a look at Dangerfield, his night tonight, and he's been very good. He's had 16 disposals, 5 kicks, 11 handballs. You'd like to see him kick a few more, would you, Bomber?
I haven't really seen him, noticed him that much. Like, he hasn't really got the ball and taken it out, burst out with the ball. He's just chipping away, I suppose, and he's not given up, has he? He's like he's just he's in there and at him, and he just trying to do the right thing.
You got the feeling he's starting to get rolling there towards the end. This one was where you could see him, big long handball inside 50, just starting to get his feel.
Yeah, it was.
This one.
I think it's been as much a collective effort, as opposed to having individual brilliance. I think it's been the collective effort by Geelong all night, putting the pressure on the Adelaide Crows, being really switched on. They just haven't been able to get it right in front of goal.
Johnny Ralph is in the newsroom. Tell us about Lonergan's injury there, Ralphie.
Well, unfortunately for Tom Lonergan, he has a real pattern of behaviour now with concussions. We'll show you this incident. It was just an unwitting head clash, of course. Now, the Adelaide captain in Tex Walker rattles into him. He pinballs into Lockie Henderson, and he's done for the night, only minutes in. Now, last year, Sam Day's accidental knee to his head saw him stretch it off last year. He missed the next week. The year before, Lee Adams hit him a couple of times, Ed. He was gone, missed the next week. So Rodney Eade last night actually called for a concussion sub. He's not going to get a lot of support from people, but you can see there how much this is going to upset Geelong's rotations and also the defensive matchups there. So Collingwood next week, let's hope he gets up for that.
Yeah, Tommy Lonergan, they're sitting there. He had the lights were on, but no one home there. Wasn't just sitting on the bench. You could just see how stunned he was. I mean, that one is. There's nothing you can do there. He gets the push in the back from Tex, and Cannon's in. It's just nothing.
That was an accident though, but looking from your own previous experience, you know the concussions. The more you get rattled, the quicker the lights go out, Ed, and it becomes a concern. Certainly be concerned for Tommy going forward, but certainly an accident in that, no doubt about it.
All right, we'll come back and have a chat. I wouldn't mind asking when we come back as well, Jono, just to tell us what it's like when you're sitting there, what is going through your head at that stage. We'll come back, have a chat about that, and we'll go to the Ultra Tune Lab. That's all next. It's Geelong by 12 points against the Crows.
You're watching Adelaide Geelong Live. This is Friday Night Footy on Fox.
It's a big Friday night. Well, it's going to be a Super Saturday tomorrow too. Old enemies, the Northern Suburbs rivalry between the Bombers and North Melbourne. Look at these games. Hawthorn and Fremantle at Aurora. That's going to be a ripper too. The Hawks going well and Fremantle desperate for a win. GWS and the Gold Coast, the new franchises going at each other. And then coming up after that, Richmond and Sydney at the MCG. And then the big one, Brownie's Mob versus my boys, Brisbane and Collingwood. A little bit of steak tomorrow night. Oh, he's hit me as usual. Getting the cue. It's the back of Darwin. Give me away back at the moment. Let's go to the Ultra Tune Lab right now. And Dermot and Kingy. Boys, you're right on the money before the game. Take us through what's going to happen next.
Look like you're having a lot of fun being the president of Collingwood at the moment, Ed. But let's talk about this game because it's a ripper. And I think this is one in the coaching, to be honest with you, Dermot. I think when you look at the press that we talk about with Geelong, being able to push right up the ground, we've seen Adelaide step through over the last few weeks and laser balls out of their defensive half and score pretty much at will.
When you say it's one in the coaching, well-drilled coaching as
Yeah.
well. These guys know where to go at the right time.
Let's have a look at some vision, exactly what we're talking about. And it's all about what you do without possession. The Cats are able to get behind the ball, not allow Adelaide their speed. Kick out coming here, you can see. They're pressing right up the ground. Those players are just on the red line of the 50-metre mark there. And you can see just there, this is their wave run here. These are the guys that are going to decide whether the Crows can go fast or slow. They chip the ball down the line. It's not quite a mark here, but as soon as Lynch brings this ball back in and they mark this ball, you can just see them go and organise and set up. Pause there. You can just see if we pause it there, you've got now all of a sudden.
And he came from centre half forward, Dangerfield, who you've just touched. So he's run 80 metres to get into that spot.
You've got these players formatting into a grid which denies the Adelaide Crows any fluency, any easy options, any targets, and that's why they've been able to not only pick the ball off and win it back in the mid-zone, but take any speed out of their counter-attack.
We have a look at the way they do it here. And once again, they set up ahead of them here. But see, all from behind. The forwards come up and get ahead of the ball. What they're doing after this... Whoop, sorry there, mate. Right. They're daring. They're daring Adelaide to pin their way through this zone or kick to the outside. Adelaide aren't prepared to take the risk tonight and they try and circumnavigate and go around the outside, which is slow enough play for the bloke who's ran right from the start there, Dangerfield, to intercept the ball at half-back.
You just see this as someone unfolds as well. This is why they've only kicked 2 goals out of their defensive half. If we just pause this just here, you can see they're allowing this guy out wide here. They don't mind if you kick that there, and that's Enright who says, well, if you want to go out wide, we'll get our numbers behind the ball. We allow that to roll. The Crows don't want to take that. Haven't taken that for a month. Why would they take it tonight? But as soon as you leave an experienced player like Corey Enright to roam as he likes in the mid-zone, you'll pay a price on turnover. You can see here in front of us, Derm, Geelong's midfield intercepts. They've had 29 of them. It's a huge number. They're playing the game in their forward half. It's not going on the scoreboard, but if this continues, it will.
Obviously, these are the Cats figures here in the green here. Forward mid-intercepts, 30. If that stays that number... I don't believe they can kick like this in the second half. They'll blow this game out of the water. 30
and the AFL average for a game is 39. That just shows you the impact in that mid-zone between the arcs. That just shows you how diligent they are and how good they are defensively. You've noticed a couple of things with their ball movement inside forward 50.
Well, you mentioned coaching as well, and what you try and do is you take away what the opposition want. Now, Adelaide want you to attack the top of the goal square because Lever or somebody else will come as third man up. Look where these footies are going to one-on-one contests. they're going to the pockets because that extra man in the goal square cannot get out to the one-on-one contest. That's the third one we've seen in that quarter. He does try and take this one up again. It's a drop mark, but it's a one-on-one contest that they are, when they've got time to deliberate where you want to kick the ball to, it's not the top of the goal square. They look to either side and they kick to the pockets where there is a one-on-one because the extra for Adelaide can't get out to it.
That's why they took 6 marks in the second quarter and only 3 in the first. Ed, it's a game they're waiting for Geelong to take away from the Adelaide Crows.
Yeah, they've kicked 5, 13 and 1 out of bounds on the full, so 19 scoring shots to 6, but they only lead by 2 kicks. We'll take a break. We'll come back with Jonathan Brown's thoughts on the concussion and get ready to go in the second half. That's coming up shortly. It's 5-13-43 to 5-1-31. Cats by 12 points. Welcome back. Fox Footy. It's going to be another big night on Monday on the couch with the boys. Special guest Nathan Jones, the captain of Melbourne. What a season he's having individually and also the renaissance of the Melbourne Football Club. We look forward to seeing Nathan Jones with the boys Monday night at 8:30 on the couch. Good mark, that one too, Brady.
Yeah, it was a great mark. I tripped over the couch the first 3 takes, but we finally got it right.
Didn't knock yourself out, did you?
No, I didn't knock myself out, fortunately
Which
enough.
I want to ask you about. What is it like when you're sitting on that boundary line, as Lonergan is tonight, and you're not quite sure where you are?
Well, times have changed, Ed. It's a good question. There's a lot more awareness about the concussion now. Back in the lines in the early days, you had to know how to count back from 7s, from 100 in 7s.
No.
So you just practice that. If you get that right down pat, Ed, you'd be able to go back on the ground.
If I asked you to do it now, could you do it?
100, 93, 86. But no, it's certainly... I know my last concussion, I didn't know how I got to the footy for about an hour.
You didn't get any further.
And I knew I was in a bit of trouble, and you can't even remember who drove you to the footy or if you drove yourself. So there those sort of thoughts go through your head, especially when you're an older player. Tom Lonergan, he would be asking himself some questions at the moment. Yeah. Is this one too many concussions? Am I done? Will I play again? All those sort of things.
Yeah, it's big stakes, that's for sure. All right, we're right to go here. It's Geelong and Adelaide. Cats by 12 points.
Starting the second half, Patrick Dangerfield, 17 possessions. Sloane beside him with 14. Sloane, hard ball. It's a free kick. Advantage is paid. Thompson inside the forward 50. Henderson missed the mark. Through the legs of Taylor. Getting back is Hughes. Got a hand pass away in the nick of time. Mackie Ditto in trouble. Taylor. Lynch hurriedly onto the boot. Going back with courage. Must be a free kick to McGovern. Atkins has kicked the goal. He's given the advantage. It's a goal. McGovern copped a heavy one. It was going to be his free kick. Atkins, no compunction in kicking the goal. So that's the start they needed.
You can see there Henderson going back. Normally really strong above his head. Quite unusual. Need to take them. And McGovern, well, that's just courage. And if you're going to take the advantage, Lingy, you've got to make sure you kick the goal. And he did. Very interesting there. Jenkins, both times there's a contest, he runs out the back. Has to attack the footy, Jenkins. Not getting ones over the back all of the time.
And Wayne, that's maybe why we're seeing 3 or 4 Geelong players at the one contest and 1 Crow. So interesting observation and stuff. So Sloane, so important here. Won that first free kick, gets to centre-half forward. Taylor was the fly. Now the other Taylor gets it to Jacobs. Off a step. Betts will mark it. Well, they're going to be level. They haven't been in front all night. They're going to be dead set level within a minute. And Sloane off the back of him at the start of the second half.
Yeah, that's it there now. It's been Sloane at those stoppages. He's playing on Paddy too. He's just wanted the ball, isn't it?
That's it, yes.
It's a real want, real desire about the start to this third quarter from Sloane.
So Betts with a goal from the goal square in the second term. And Adelaide draw level here. Centre clearances, how important they are. Adelaide have won both of them in this term. Geelong dominated them in the first quarter. And suddenly, this whole match has been turned on its head in a couple of minutes. It's a funny looking scoreboard, isn't it?
Remarkable.
Centre clearance from Rory Sloane, and then the captain, Tex Walker, bringing the ball to ground. So important. The quick kick from Jacobs leads to the Eddie Betts mark and the goal. Adelaide brilliant at the start of this third quarter.
Led by Sloane. Jacobs knocks it down. Loose ball spills wide. Duncan couldn't control it. Bartel did well, found a way through, kicks it down towards half forward. Lever peels off and tracks it out towards the boundary. Closing his caddy. Lever kept his head, comes back to Brown. Forced to kick hurriedly to the outer side. Cameron, what a mark, stayed on his feet. He was flirting with the idea of going, decided against it. Cameron looks across the ground. Suddenly, confidence, although overconfidence perhaps. Kirsten took the mark place on the Hawkins, feeds it across to Caddy. Caddy steps a couple, then miscues with a kick. Wobbly one down towards full forward, getting in front down there, but missing it Menzel. Motlop at the back. He's kicked his third. Sharp angle. How about that? So Motlop, big story in this game, is Geelong's finisher. And they've needed one. So after 60 minutes of play, it was 58.5 minutes that Geelong had been in front. They were past and now they're back in front.
Well, this is a terrific mark from Cameron. Unfortunately for him, just wasted the kick, turnover, and Motlop gets a goal. So once again, the Crows turn over when they're trying to come back through the corridor.
It's been a story of the night, hasn't it? Jacob straight down to Selwood. Dangerfield, Henderson gets the kick away, but it's a poor one. He just took that one step, and it was great stuff from Lang to put the pressure on.
Come up and meet up.
So Geelong, excellent response here after Adelaide had charged them early. Motlop's been so good with his 3 goals. Enright just sets it up. Jacobs missed it. Lever has a bit of time. Atkins a left footer, so he's always squeezed up. And well, McGovern thought had a chance here, but Enright picks it off. Lovely kick, soft kick for Smith. They're on here. Motlop's on again. Now it's Kirsten now in the pocket. Oh, geez, a poor kick going forward. And it was Kirsten out wide. And they missed the target there. Yeah, not the first target they missed in this quarter, by the way.
No, yeah, it was Josh Caddy again, who just didn't see Kirsten out the back. I don't know, it was sort of halfway in between having a shot and putting it out in front of Kirsten, but wasted opportunity by the Cats.
They lead by 6. Smith, Guthrie, fell off his hand, no free kick. Gregson to Duncan, got boot to ball. Here's Caddy, surrounded, knew where the help was. Guthrie, Smith right on the 50, needs to kick it. Lynch got there, affected the kick, and it wanders wide of the mark. And the lead now is 7 points. It was 12 at half-time.
Tempo's lifted though in this half, no doubt about that. Scoreboard ticking over a bit more. Early days we know. That's not changing though. Adelaide keep turning it over, Geelong keep picking it off, and Selwood.
And Geelong keep missing.
Exactly. Thank you, Winnie. We might write a book together.
It's the old story. They will kick themselves, but they would miss. There's Henderson. Outside the 50. Oh, Dangerfield almost. Didn't step. And now gives away a free kick. McGovern. Will advantage be paid? It is. Thompson around the outer side. Kicks it down towards half forward. Lynch traps it nicely. Comes back towards the middle. Good kick. Tex Walker. Front end of the square. Gets under this one. Where's Betts? He's got some space. Hurry comes back. They met at the football. Big collision. And the ball goes through for a minor score.
Wasn't one of his better uses of the footy there, Tex. Just had to wait a little bit longer. Eddie was prepared to lead, just put it up far too high, gave Harry Taylor a chance.
I'd love to have the GPS on Josh Jenkins tonight, exactly where he's been. So Motlop, Caddy, Dangerfield, running hard, Caddy. Well, he's missed that target too. McGovern and Smith, Kirsten. McGovern went to ground. Ball has to come out for him. Ball up.
Straight back.
Took a hard knock earlier, McGovern. Selwood in the frame here. Gets a quick kick away. Lever, Menzel. Did really well, Menzel. And Lever holds him up. Caddy getting pretty busy here. Hooking back, but another behind.
Hasn't taken a mark tonight, Josh Jenkins, and he is playing on one of the best in Harry Taylor. So it's a real challenge for him now to finish off this game and try and have some sort of impact on a champion defender.
Almost fits with what Duck has been saying too, that he's trying to get away from Taylor by running out the back instead of just trying to beat him in a one-on-one marking contest.
4 players go at it. Falls to Bartel. Blixards. Henderson. Nicely done. Duncan. Lang. Duncan runs on. 60 metres out. Low skimmer over the head of Hawkins. Caddy got him behind. I don't think it was touched. It's a mark. And Caddy is really firing.
Right out 10 metres.
Not all of it to good effect, but he's having a dip.
That's just to the centre, please. To the centre metre. 15
Virtually
gone.
directly in front, Caddy. The Suns took him at pick 7 in the 2010 draft, and he was part of the Gary Ablett compensation in 2012. 32 possessions over the last couple of weeks in one game, 26 in the other, and he's kicked the goal finally. Well done. So Caddy is a bullocking player, and that second line of runners for Geelong needs to come to the party. Duncan's another. Dangerfield and Selwood, they're elite. But if this next group can start to move, Stokes is somewhere between the two groupings. But that's a very handy goal.
He's had a busy quarter, hasn't he? He's missed a few chances, but that's big for him. So the Cats close to the biggest margin of the match now, out to 14 points after Adelaide charged at them early. 15 is the biggest. I think Jacobs won it, but went the wrong way, and Guthrie had it a while, but got it away, and then Blitzarves Talia off the mark quickly and takes that mark. So how quickly can Adelaide bounce the ball off half-back here? Lever. Well played, Lynch. Just worried Mackie out of it. It's a good kick, Lynch. There's Jenkins. So a little bit of a Bronx cheer for the man who kicked 8 last week.
As Richo said, that's the first time he's actually led up to the footy, and he's met the footy on the wing rather than trying to duck out the back all the time.
Henderson. Normally a long kick now. He caresses that to half forward. Walker. Probably should have given away a free kick. Douglas. Good tackle. Ruggles ball up.
Go down.
Walker going early there.
Thanks, Rich.
Margin 14 points then.
Yes, 1 metre, guys. Thank you.
Early going.
1 metre, please. Sam.
Third term.
Thank you.
Early goals from the Crows. But Geelong came back. Now a chance for Betts. Out wide. Henderson. Can he find a way through? That's an errant hand pass. It goes out of bounds. He'll be thrown in. Congratulations to boundary umpire Darren Wilson. His 400th game. He also won the Empire State event this year in NYC. 400 games, eh? Just tossing it back over your head. Never see the result of your good work, and now Jacobs gets a free kick.
No, you're running back. Clear out, Scott. Mark's there.
60 metres out from goal. Gradually getting on top, Jacobs. Long ball downwards. Full forward almost to Jenkins. Had it, lost it. Over the ball is Walker.
That's a promising sign, though. That's what you want Jenkins to do, Doug. Run, jump, launch at the footy. Be a big man. Don't be one of the small players trying to get out the back. Take a strong mark or bring it to ground. Good signs.
Stanley and Jacobs. Betts toe poking it through from behind.
Right out. Clear out.
Guthrie Shaw. Mackie, same number of games tonight as Gary Ablett Senior for Geelong. In the back pocket, pushing it wide. Gee, that was a good kick, and there's a terrific mark.
He's been good.
Henderson, yep, for sure. Stepped up. Lonigan's early concussion.
High ball. Hardigan could have almost got a free. Hawkins emerges with it. Picks the right option. Guthrie goes down towards half forward. Taken by Stanley, who wants to go. Going back, Dangerfield reaching over the top. Cheney thumps it out of bounds. They get a stoppage.
He's done well down there, Cheney, in the one-on-ones. Done really well.
Boundary throw in. Dangerous spot for the Crows. Stanley now.
Tackle! Richard Douglas, Adelaide.
Against Selwood.
Sewell got one of those earlier, didn't he? But that's a relief for Adelaide. That takes a bit of pressure off if he can negotiate his way out, navigate his way out. Henderson way back. Just kept on missing targets, Adelaide. Continue to. Seedsman's had a very ordinary night. He did okay there to try and clean up his mess, but the Anzac medalist from last year has struggled.
Only his third disposal, and again Brodie Smith still hasn't moved off his half-time possession amount of 3. They just can't get those two running halfbacks into this game.
So Motlop back to Bartel, to Ruggles, and Lever. Read it best, but he didn't take the mark. Dangerfield, well played. Lang spreads it. Stanley will kick a goal, and Geelong have got their biggest lead of the night. Well, they just, this is Adelaide, they just cannot get the ball out of the back half. They've got to A, move it more quickly, and 2, with more efficiency.
When you're two good ball users and running halfbacks are just nowhere near it at the moment, they can't get moving.
Jump out, please, mate. Thank you. Jump out.
Good, strong play by Patrick Dangerfield. Quick hands to Darcy Lang, and well finished by Reece Stanley. This is dangerous time now for Adelaide. They've got to hold. They've got to respond.
Next goal, very important.
Adelaide,
Jenkins, step 1, gets the free kick. Out of the middle, punches this one long down towards full forward, and punching away, getting it out of bounds is Harry Taylor. And that's the anomaly in the rule, really.
Well, there's no rule about punching it over the boundary from the marking contest.
Holding close.
No.
Rory, mark.
Boundary throw in, Stanley and Jenkins. Jenkins in front, very conscious of Stanley. Crouch was stripped of it. Now that's going to be harsh if it's deliberate. Well, ball was spinning, he side-footed it. It was a reflex action, it's gone out of bounds, but that's the rule we're playing under. Lever sends it back down towards full forward. Henderson in 2 minds there, hesitated, and that did him in. In from the side, a big mark by Jenkins. He had to come. Once he made his mind up, Henderson, he had to go and he had to hit hard.
Well, here's the deliberate. That's off the ground. That is very harsh. But this is exactly what we've wanted Jenkins to do all day. Jump at the footy. You're a big guy. That's your job. And it's been a good 10 minutes for him.
200 centimetres, 107 kilos. Hard man to stop when he's at full stretch. You're right, Doug. Just launch at it.
That's the goal.
It is a strange game we play. I mean, Taylor deliberately knocks the ball out of play, no free kick. Stanley, I don't think he deliberately kicked the ball out of a free kick. It's a strange, if you'd never seen the game before, say, gee, that's a strange game. We love it.
And that's why there's people, Bruce, that are strong on, if you're going to have this rule like it is, last touch maybe should be the free kick, which is in the SANFL.
Few issues for Geelong. We know Lonigan is out of the game, and there's Joel Selwood. He's been down in the rooms there for a couple of minutes now. We're not sure what he's been checked on, but he's walking back to the bench now. We'll keep an eye on him.
He's done such a great job without Lonigan, the Cats. He one man down, the key defender. Great pair, he and Taylor over the years. Henderson stepping up. So Adelaide stay in touch. Jenkins getting involved. The GPS looks a lot better now. Smith did so well. Duncan.
Coming back to the middle. Thank you. Coming straight back here.
Smith, Jenkins, Caddy, they all missed it. Douglas did the back turn. Got it to Atkins. Atkins to half forward. Walker, good contest. And the ball not out.
Fine.
And Adelaide.
Thanks, guys. Up.
55 metres from goal.
Straight back.
Pushing up.
Getting a bit testy too. Licks arms up high. Followed his feet. Bartel just let the ball drop. Well, that seems to be high, at least from our vantage point. Umpire says Thompson ducked. And immediately throws it up. Smith did well down to Duncan. High ball through midfield. Hartigan goes back, takes the mark. He's becoming a good player, Hartigan. Goes out wide. Atkins has been handy. Wide out there on his left boot. Demands somebody come to him. Miller right on the boundary. Sell-out crowd. It's been exhilarating stuff at times. Geelong unable to finish. Over the top, Taylor knocked it away. Crouch, smothered by Bartel. The kick from Atkins. Crouch goes again. This is Brad Crouch. Did he have the football? Bounces up to his feet. Brilliantly played. Taken high.
High contact. Number 2.
High contact.
Good call, Jen. So he worked hard there, Crouch.
Been out of the game for a while. Number 2.
Yeah. Right there. Thank you. It's you.
She's a poor kick. Struck it badly. Menzel chopped it off.
Oh, there, Eddie.
Geelong have kicked badly for goal, but I think Adelaide's been the worst kicking team of the two of them tonight.
Yours.
Oh.
Good mark, Blitzar's. Blitzar's sister, by the way, Sarah, injured, not playing against Japan in the series at the moment, but we'll probably get to Rio. That would be something if Mark won a grand final and Sarah won a gold medal this year. That'd be a reasonable year for a family, I reckon, don't you?
Have something to celebrate at Christmas.
Henderson to Mackie. Drives it out of defence, up towards the wing. Clears the pack and runs on. Cheney in trouble. Kirsten's got him. They step out of bounds. It will be a bounce. Now, the umpire's conferring here. I think it's out of bounds. 64 plays 51. Margin was 12 at half-time. It's 13 now. Smith outmanoeuvred by Jenkins. Knocked forward by Thompson. Crouch had it momentarily. Blick's arms taken down by Jenkins. He was trying. Kirsten taken high.
Geelong. High tackle. Right on it. Thank you.
So Kirsten plays on immediately. The dangerous Motlop's got the football. Gunnerwood's half forward. Hawkins battling. Got in front. Arriving quickly and going to ground is Duncan. The ball spills out of bounds and we'll have a throw in.
So goals getting hard again. We had a quick burst at the start of this half. Adelaide still close enough to be dangerous, but oh, Geelong so much better for most of the night. Smith won that battle against Jacobs. Guthrie. Caddy. Oh, gee, Ruggles made a big error. Cameron's quick, we know. That's a beautiful kick, actually. Gives McGovern the run. Does he turn Harry inside out? He does, and kicks the goal. Brilliant kick, Cameron. Good finish, McGovern. Adelaide back in business. He's got something, this Mitch. He's got something, hasn't he? Just love the fact that he's decisive. He's decisive. He reads it and says, yep, instinctive and decisive.
He's a footballer.
That's what he is.
He's a footballer and he's quick. He's quick. He put a gap between himself and Harry Taylor.
Crucial mistake there by Tom Ruggles. Just left the ball behind. Charlie Cameron it was again, getting the ball forward. But brilliant by Mitch McGovern here. Composure. Couple of steps, round, cross the body, kicks goal number 2. Huge goal for the Crows.
Caddy, hand passes straight to Thompson. Cameron drives the Crows to half forward. Miller goes up and takes the mark 60 metres out. Crowd 150. Going to put him 10 metres out, looks inside the forward 50 and finds Sloan. He started brilliantly in this term. He's got the football about 40 metres out. And a chance to kick a goal here that brings them within a point.
He'll take every second of this 30 seconds too, just to get his breath back. He worked so hard out of the centre clearance there to get forward on the end of this. He'd love to kick this in front of the crowd. Adelaide Oval will go nuts if this is a goal.
His 17th possession. Steps inside the 50. Kick is on the way. Looking good in the night sky. It swings left to right, but it's a beauty. Broad smile and a goal for the Crows. Well, that kick was very good. They did a bit of work in flight. But Geelong will look at that kick with envy. They lead by just a point. There's 6 minutes to play in the third term, and everything is on the table again.
You can see how much this meant to Sloan. It's a big goal, big moment. And then you see here Paddy Dangerfield, well, just back to the centre square and start again for Paddy.
So Zach Smith, that was well done by him and Menzel. So Menzel, probing kick to fall forward. Hardigan had fresh air there. Talia will let it roll, and he does. This match has been going 81 minutes and Geelong have led for 78. Adelaide yet to put their nose in front. They've given themselves a big chance here by kicking 4 goals in this third quarter.
Move it on.
5, in fact. We've been able to tick it over. Hardigan. He's done that so often tonight, unfortunately for Adelaide. He's not the only Adelaide player that's done that. Mackie just maybe one step too many, Mackie, and then the kick was effective and a boundary throw in.
James Podsiadly there just doing a few notes in the Adelaide coach's box. Would know this team pretty well, having spent a lot of time at the Cats, won a premiership with them. But so much of Adelaide this quarter has been on the back of Rory Sloan. Brilliant quarter by the inspirational Crow.
Cats by 2. Jacobs backhands it down. Thompson hurriedly close to the boundary. Bartel slides. Kept it alive. Lang's kick was smothered. Crouch a half chance. Dangerfield's kick goes out of bounds on the foot. Nothing much he could do there under extreme pressure. 5 minutes out from three-quarter time. And the game that everybody talked about all week looks headed for a grandstand finish. Smith, so quiet tonight, plays on from half-back, kicks it up towards the wing. Bartel back with courage, Sloan over the top. Crouch, can't get through, fell at his feet. Dangerfield gave it off. And immediately a stalemate and the ball up.
Had a bit of it then too, Rory. You're so right, Lingy. I mean, he won those first 2 clearances for Adelaide. That got them going. And then Geelong got the big lead of the match. They got out to 19 points on the back of the Stanley goal. But Sloan's goal a moment ago bringing Adelaide right back within that kick. There they are, the 2 best mates. You'd have Sloan in front at the moment. Dangerfield's had a fair bit of the ball, but a lot of it's been untidy. Just hasn't been able to create room for himself. And Douglas, well played by Jenkins, and then Sloan releasing quickly. McGovern knew it was coming. There's Dangerfield, bashing and crashing and doing well, and keeping the ball in. Gregson's had a quiet one, and Lever belts the ball out, and a boundary throw in. Well, it might be a grandstand finish for Dangerfield. He might do the remarkable in the final term to make the difference.
Cats by 2. Stanley and Jacobs in from the side. Blixarves. Atkins slick hands away. Crouch. High ball. Not a particularly good kick. They come from all directions. Fisted away down there by Geelong. Duncan in front. Got the crumb. Hand passes up towards the wing. Menzel had to wait. Now he swings it out wide. Guthrie's got it. Has a bounce. Carries the ball down towards left half forward. Kicks to space and it wanders. And goes out of bounds on the 4. It just arced away to the left. Cheney with the footy.
Adelaide pressure. It's been great this last 7 or 8 minutes. All the Geelong entries have been under immense pressure. Now Adelaide just looking to control the footy, move it down the ground. They've been sensational the later part of this quarter.
So rarely have they been able to get out easily. Cameron's the one guy tonight that's been able to run and carry for Adelaide.
He's given them a lot of life.
Played a lot on the wing. Walker used the body, but he couldn't take the mark. Thompson, that was very well done by Ruggles and a ball in. Ruggles has taken a while. He's forced his way into this Geelong team. Mature age recruit. Getting some real game time now. Good to see. Jacob Stanley had his back to it in the end. Matt Crouch just sort of came off his shin. And again, the ball up. It's a big test for Geelong here. They have made all the running.
Approaching three-quarter time. Blick's arms up high. Crouch did well. Well, sort of. Hughes in the opposite direction. Run down, but not before he got the hand pass away to Guthrie. Selwood back to the run of Guthrie. Charges through the centre square. Goes to half-forward and Gregson. Right on the 50. They're one out. In fact, they've got the numbers inside the forward line. Now, Lane was knocked over behind play. Umpire lets them play. Seedsman comes out wide to the wing. It's going to be Jenkins' ball. Defensive side of the wing. Lane was going at the footy and he was just bowled over. Still, Adelaide with it. Walker turns around. Miscued completely. I don't know what he was thinking. Bartel comes away to end right. Terrific stuff by the Adelaide Crows regardless.
Had the right idea, Tex. Wanted to move it quickly. Just the execution of the skill was poor.
Charlie Cameron, his intercept was amazing a moment ago. Jenkins had a good little burst. We've talked about it. Henderson, hard one for Thompson. Can't fall over. Very important. Smith, all Australian a couple of years ago. He's had a very, very quiet night. He knows that.
Walk away 1 metre.
Third man up, terrific caddy. Selwood just bullocked his way, but well done by Seedsman. Cameron smothered. Stanley, Atkins, high tackle, Atkins free kick. He'll come back.
So this game's gone up a notch. There are bodies going everywhere at the moment in those contested situations.
Lingy, I reckon for the first time in a block, Adelaide are now playing as well as Geelong. It's the first time I've felt that all night. So the free kick count there, eh? 20-8. Selwood banging back. Dangerfield trying something tricky. Gee, they did well, Geelong. Guthrie brilliantly done with Selwood and then Dangerfield, and that's a good kick. Giving Motlop a bit of a run. Geelong extricating themselves here.
Nobody deep, has to wait. Now out in front of Duncan. How will it sit? Duncan, 25 metres out and closing. In he goes and he kicks the goal for the Cats. What a hectic 5 minutes. Selwood was terrific. That smother back on the wing kept the ball in as far as the Cats were concerned, and then Duncan able to accelerate away. 8 points the difference. Just over a minute till three-quarter time.
We talk about clean one-touch players. Motlop's so clean there. That allowed Mitch Duncan to just leave that contest with absolute confidence. He knew Motlop wasn't going to fumble. Got the ball over the top. That's how he got that 10-metre break on his Adelaide opponent.
Late goals for Geelong in each of the quarters. Menzel, Stanley and now Duncan. Jacobs, deep kick. Henderson. Now Jenkins. Well, he had the handball on, but he didn't need it. He's kicked his second goal for the quarter. He's just that sort of guy, JJ. He's just that sort of guy.
He is, and you saw there, Bruce, his first option, it goes to a contest, his first option is to run out the back. You see there, he pushes his opponent, Taylor, into the contest and then gets out the back before anyone else.
He had Lynch off.
He had a couple on, but you live and die by the sword. You kick it, no one says anything. If you miss it, then they line up.
Kick those, don't you?
Such poise. Didn't doubt himself for a moment. Big goal. 56 seconds to three-quarter time. 2 points the difference. What a homecoming. Well, sort of. It's not his home, but he's back in Adelaide. You know what I mean. Kicked out of there by Jacobs towards the outer side. Cameron goes after it, then slipped over. Motlop beat a couple, couldn't beat the third, holding the footy. Sloan again.
He's been massive in this quarter, Sloan.
Inspiration. Sloan from the wing, driving kick with Adelaide lead at the break. Clears the first two, but not the third. Henderson.
Good mark, wasn't it?
It's been his best game for the club, I reckon, Lingy, tonight.
Yeah, especially with having to move on to such a dangerous player in Tex Walker after Lonergan went down. I agree with you, Doug.
So in right, Blitzar's on his own. Could Geelong get a late one? Hughes, Menzel, Guthrie, Gregson, Guthrie. Well, three-quarter time. You couldn't have asked for more, could you? It is set up perfectly. We're still on danger watch, but Adelaide's suddenly looking dangerous. It's 69 to 71. Well, looking ahead, I mean, this is huge. And what about next Friday night? It's Buddy and the Swans at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. He's in sensational form. So's this man, Luke Parker. A real Brownlow medal chance. And maybe this is the most interesting player in the competition right now, Isaac Heaney. And then, well, Cyril and Jack. And Poppy goes from a bit player to a main star. The last two teams to have won the premiership, Sydney and Hawthorn at the MCG next Friday night. Richo, it's perfectly poised here.
Oh, it's set up for an absolutely ripping last quarter, Bruce. The Crows coming off a 6-goal third quarter. Their forward line really got going. They had more inside 50s in that third quarter than they had for the whole first half. So they're looking extremely dangerous. If they can get the ball in there, the efficiency they have inside forward 50 to score, they will win the game. On the other hand, can Danger get the win for the Cats? It's worth noting that Geelong are the best last quarter team in the competition. So it is poised for an absolute beauty, boys.
So the margin is 2 points, 9-17 to 11-3. Free kicks in that last term, 11-1. Only 3 since half-time for the Cats. Still, doesn't seem overpowering, I've got to say. Sloan terrific in that third term. He's up to 19 possessions now. Cam Guthrie has 25 to lead all comers. Last quarter, Friday night football. Inaccuracy has plagued the Cats. Adelaide have been so persistent. Smith goes up, Sloan again. Digs it out of the middle. Long kick inside the forward 50. Big pack, thumped away from behind. Taken by Enright back inside the centre square. Gregson had a play on the football. Ricochets to Thompson. Trying to go through his Miller, or was he taken high? Not according to the umpire ball up.
Couldn't see that side. Thank you. My footy.
Bit sucking them in there.
1 metre rucks, 1 metre.
Looks like a bit of a cork maybe, high thigh. Jacobs, Seedsman, Lynch, hard running Lynch. Mackie just corrals him. Crowd tonight, 53,141. Only the showdown following the tragedy with Phil Walsh last year has had a bigger attendance at this ground. So it's been a magnificent occasion and had an incredible build-up. We know all about that, and the game now living up to it. Certainly the third quarter was one for the ages.
Play on.
Lang. Gee, he did well because he had it a long time, but he didn't get panicky. And then Guthrie and a boundary throw in. Geelong with all the running, missing a lot of shots early. Adelaide pegging them back in that third term.
at the interchange gates then. Smith in front, over the top Jacobs. Thompson knocks at Goldwood. Well done Enright, got it to Selwood. Selwood kicks beyond the wing. Talia reaches over the top, knocks it away from Hawkins. Arriving quickly is Lang. Short, half volleyed by Kirsten. Ran into Talia from behind. He's tackled by Hardigan. Two big bodies on Kirsten. And he fights a draw, which isn't bad in the circumstances. And a ball up.
Darcy Langdon had space in front of him, could have just kept running.
Stevie Motlop was in forward 50, wanting it long too, Lingy.
Guthrie again tries to bullock his way out of there. Penalised, incorrect disposal.
Sloan again, Dennis. His second half has been
magnificent.
It has.
Magnificent second half.
Absolutely. Lynch a target, but had a couple to beat. Crouch. Had to be the quick release, couldn't be. And the ball up.
Thank you.
Gee, first goal massive because if Adelaide hit the front, they haven't done it all night, they haven't been in front. You feel like the crowd might wave them home. Dangerfield, quick kick out of the stoppage. Talia, well played Hawkins. Down low, Brown was very good. Left foot. Half forward, Lynch couldn't hang on. Dangerfield getting some important touches. Mackie, is it a sweet kick? It is. They're on Geelong here.
1 minute out.
Menzel's taken a long, long time and he's pushed Kirsten a little wider than he really had to be, but he's in a position to go.
He was really well manned on the mark by Adelaide then. Menzel was trying to get it back off quickly, trying to get this. Have a look at Hardigan here. Just gets in right in his vision, blocks that kicking lane, forces him to push Kirsten wide then. Menzel desperate to get it on. Has now made the shot a little bit tougher for Kirsten. Little 1 or 2% things that Adelaide are doing really well.
4-6 from set shots Geelong tonight. Adelaide is 7-0 and Kirsten makes it 4-7. So it was the big talking point of the first half from Geelong's point of view. I mean, Chris Scott told Richo at half-time, but for bad kicking, we were in complete control. I think we all agree with him.
Yeah, they were.
Henderson to bring it in then.
Hold there, please.
Both the Hendersons have been good tonight.
Move it in now. Wait.
To himself again. Didn't actually clear the boot there. Just placed it on the boot. Umpire let it go. Menzel, Cameron tried to get out of there. Ball slapped away. Henderson taken down. Strong tackle by Walker, who enjoyed that.
No try.
Henderson just got the ball, and Walker surged upon him. Tossed up. Jacobs at the second attempt. Crouch had it knocked away by Caddy. Caddy tries to soccer it off the ground. Guthrie in deep trouble, taken down. Holding the footy.
Second time this quarter's been caught. He's had a very good match.
Adelaide's tackling this quarter has already gone up a notch. They are sticking every one of their tackles. Joel Selwood nearly with the intercept mark, just forcing it out of bounds, but they are tackling with real intent and real intensity, the Adelaide Crows, holding on to them, not allowing those Geelong players to break free. Let's see if they can get their hands on their footy first. Now the Crows.
Good stuff by Selwood a moment ago. Jacobs won it. Guthrie. Just avoided the third, Atkins. And a boundary throw in.
Well, he is in an under, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, no, he's played well, but Adelaide's certainly giving him the respect he deserves because every time he's getting a clearance now, they are swamping him. His run and carry's been so important. That's been a fascinating duel. Sloan with the honours. Dangerfield doing enough, though, getting down and dirty. Thompson and Dangerfield, The master and the apprentice at one stage here in Adelaide.
Free kick against you. No, you were demonstrative in your abuse. It's a Geelong free kick. You are demonstrative. Give it to him now. It's 50. Right on it there.
So Dangerfield after Thompson with loose lips. And a boundary throw. So Paddy hasn't hit many targets, but that one.
Scott, don't point at me.
Might have had a point there, the umpire. A little bit demonstrative.
He was talking to a parking inspector. In front, Jacobs fell at his feet. Crouch has got it. Somehow managed to kick it out of there. Going back in right. Mackey outside of the boot. Wanders inside the forward 50. Talia, that should be 50. No need for that. Now Hawkins needs to concentrate here. Be aware of Talia. Talia coming up and wanting to move it quickly. So there's the 50. Talia just gives it off to Seedsman. Quiet tonight. Probing kick inside the forward 50. Walker. Loose ball, getting back is in right, just gives it across to Mackey. He's in trouble, hand passes it high. Jenkins in there, well played Hughes. Kirsten, run down holding the footy. Great chase by Betts, he knows no other way. Deep in the pocket, it's calling for magic.
There's a few Adelaide fans there agreeing with you, Dennis.
There's 40,000 of them.
He's got to. In he comes. Eddie Betts. Huge kick. And he couldn't pull a rabbit out of his boot. The ball has gone across the face of goal and behind.
Goes the other way in right. A strong Mark Dangerfield. And now running and trying to deliver to centre wing. Hawkins, Talia, Selwood just coughed it up. Loved Cameron's game tonight. Kicks to full forward. Betts. Well, that's a free kick to Geelong, surely.
It's down with. It's a free kick to Geelong.
Well, I've got to be honest, I don't blame Harry Taylor. I'd be a bit disappointed too.
It's down with. It's a free kick. Stand back, Josh. Stay behind the mark. Time back on.
Certainly free kick. Took his eyes off it.
So the Cats on the back foot, but still in front. So Guthrie building it long.
In front, attempting the mark was Talia, had it knocked away by Hawkins. Off the ground by Thompson, closer to goal. Charging up was Betts, slaps it out wide, taken by Lynch. A metre in from the line, Seedsman! Play on's the call. No, he's paid the mark. Seedsman, the unlikely hero, with a real chance to put them in front. Coming up to his 8th possession of the night. He was committed to that.
Great kick by Lynch back into the corridor from the boundary.
It was. He's missed. Unbelievable.
Well, we say it so often, you can be having a dirty night, but you can still play a part in helping your team win. Seedsman, with that mark, I thought he'd had every opportunity to do that. What a miss. Straight in front, he's a beautiful kick of the footy, and that was just a shank.
Ruggles kick, Lynch, Bartel, boundary throw. Adelaide had not deliberate. So an Adelaide free kick. They hadn't missed a set shot until 2 minutes ago. Betts was a tough one. Seedsman was a gimme. Can Lynch find a target? Thompson and Mackey. And off Mackey's boot for a boundary throw-in.
It's living in Adelaide's forward half though now. 6 inside 50s to 2 this quarter. And with the talent they have inside 50, they keep getting it in there. So you have a look at that delivery. That's a bit stiff as well. And Bartel, there's a lot of talent. The Cats have got to find a way out here.
Adelaide tightening the screw, tossed in. Jacobs knocks it down. Thompson, can he get out of there? No, he can't. Dangerfield, knew where the help was, gave it to Lang. Sloan, timely intervention. Trying to back out of the pack is Douglas. Caddy's got him. And we'll have a ball up. Sloan. They were away, but he knocked that hand pass down. Caddy over the top. Lang in trouble, surrounded by Crows. That ball's not coming out. The umpire says it was heard to him. He'll throw it up. Plenty of players around the footy. Front end of the square for Adelaide. Jacobs hooks it down and right off balance. After it goes Caddy. Still a loose ball. Bartel's in trouble now.
Smith, he's just released it. Dangerfield, just a great tackle on Dangerfield from Sloane. Hacked forward, Mackie has to retreat in a hurry. And then on the left foot, Geelong might be out here if Menzel gets the right bounce. Can he deliver? They haven't been inside 50 for a long time. Misses the target immediately. Caddy Hardigan did well, got rid of him on the up. McGovern. Henderson misses a target crucially. Motlop goes early and gives a free kick away. No, he doesn't. Talia sitting, waiting. Brown. Handball. Slow. Lever. Avoids. And then kicks it with all his might.
Miller up, trying to use the body. Ruggles did okay. Blixarves trying to get through Duncan off balance. Shoots a hand pass to Enright. An unlikely goal kicker. He's put it through. Wonderful stuff by Corey Enright. It was locked in the Adelaide forward line. Somehow the Cats swept it down the ground. You thought they'd missed their opportunity. But an errant kick coming out. And Enright, the veteran, he's seen most things in football, although he hasn't seen himself kick too many goals. But he popped that one through.
The veteran Corey Enright from outside 50. First goal of the year for him. He's had the fresh haircut for Friday night footy and he loved it. Game number 316 for the Geelong champ.
And that's what he is, an absolute champ. Stanley. So the Cats absorbed all that pressure. Now they pitch a little break. Brown held on to by Motlop. Motlop twisting, turning and going. He's kicked 4. 1 in every quarter.
Didn't see this coming.
He's the real X factor, isn't he? 4 last week, 4 again this week.
No, he's been fantastic, Doug. He's been clean all night.
Yeah, he's looked dangerous all night.
He's been the best small forward on the ground.
Well, Stevie Motlop might have just snuck away with a free kick there. I reckon that was there on Luke Brown. But classy finish by Stevie Motlop after it. Dangerfield's a happy man on the bench. Lucky one though for Motlop.
Guthrie to Selwood. Guthrie. Now Duncan. Short one to half forward. They come to life.
Stay out.
This is Menzel. They're on the ropes. Absorbing punishment. But now they're back on top. Menzel's kick not so good. Betts, other ideas. Grabs the football. Kicks it back towards the centre square. Buse. Nobody near him. Stood his ground. Took the mark.
Finds Guthrie. So Geelong, the best final quarter team in the competition. And remarkable stats in last quarters this year. Gee, missed mark. It was big by Hawkins. Guthrie wants Atkins to stay in the field of play and a boundary throw in.
It's been great, Guthrie, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
This is the best game I've seen him play, Cam Guthrie.
The best you've seen Guthrie play?
Yep, best game over, 3.5 quarters so far. Been very good.
Jenkins doing some ruck work. Blitzarves. Adelaide have got to get something going here. Lang beating Smith to the ball and kicking the goal. Got the right bounce and they kick away.
Darcy Lang, quiet the most of the night. That's how he makes his living. Bobbing up on the forward line. And that was a good effort. Quick kick away. So what a move by the Cats. Hanging on grimly, and they've kicked 3 successive goals.
Well, opportunist goal, didn't need much space. Quickly onto the boot, didn't really think about it, just knew where the goals were. And another reaction from Danger.
3 goals in 3 minutes. They get the equal biggest lead of the night.
Play on.
Crouch taken down by Blitzarves. Then his brother, Sloan did well. Jacobs hacking forward. Walker's been quiet since that first term. He's had moments. Lang, Duncan doesn't get through. Bartel doesn't get through. Adelaide need the next goal in a real hurry. Buse gets something on it. Selwood did brilliantly there. He made the contest from nowhere actually, and then took all the rhythm out of Matt Crouch, and that one going out of play. Seems a long time since Paul Seatsman had a shot for goal to put Adelaide in front tonight.
Just such a bad miss. Straight in front, had the chance to turn what's been a dirty individual night into a very good one for him, but missed it. Geelong go down the other end. Kick 3 in a row.
Led by 19 points now. Sloan hasn't given up. Atkins with the right foot. As a result, not a particularly telling kick. Hung a long time in the air. Ruggles comes across and takes the mark. Inside the last 10 minutes. Ruggles kicking down towards half forward. A gentle kick almost. Henderson ghosting across, takes the mark behind the pack. The runners dried up, at least for the moment. Henderson hugs the boundary line. Bartel sets over the top. Sloan, ball out of bounds. They reset, boundary throw in out of side.
So the Crows got one last run at the Cats here. Time still there, but they haven't been in front all night. Jacobs won that. Brad Crouch paved the way for his brother, but Lang been really good there, smothering. Caddy cut off by Atkins. Gets the run of Henderson to Jacobs to Lever. Good pressure. Miller being pretty quiet. Gets a bit on that to the pocket. Well played by Taylor against McGovern. Poor kick though. Now Henderson's a long kick. He's just too far out. So can he find the target? He's just going to sit it. Can Adelaide take a mark? Well, Walker, not sure what Tex was doing there. And a boundary throw.
Just no real movement from the Adelaide forwards there, Bruce. They just wanted to kick it in long. And
is that deliberate?
He's called that deliberate? Oh, yeah, that's
okay, so Miller up.
In this situation, Andrew Mackey's probably just better off getting tackled over the line there rather than trying the handball in front. He's better off to get carried over the line.
On further review, that was deliberate.
And that is a behind. So the set shots that were so good for Adelaide prior to this final term, I mean, that difficult obviously, but they've let them down. 7-3 now. They've missed their last 3 set shots. Geelong are 4 goals 7.
Bartel to himself and drives it outside the defensive 50. Lever in front. Smith snaffled it though behind. Gives it to Motlop, who's been a star. Kirsten juggles the mark. 4 goals to Motlop tonight, equaling his career high. He did it last week as well. 5 times in his career now. 4 goals. This is Caddy. Inside the forward 50, from behind, Blitzarves bounces off his chest. He runs on, applies a strong tackle and bundles the football and Lever across the line.
Chris Scott, only Kevin Sheedy has coached as many games as Chris Scott has right now and had more wins. It's been a remarkable winning percentage over 125 games coming into the night. Guthrie, Taylor's kick, and I think it's out on the floor. So can Adelaide launch something from here? They need to be brave. They need to be daring here. They've got to run a line. They've got to take a chance. They've got to go.
Smith on the outer side then. Not a good kick. Selwood goes back, oblivious to what was behind, although the knockaway wasn't that flash. Cameron falling down. Malera have it across towards a teammate in Douglas. The kick goes down towards full forward. Dropped initially by Jenkins. Twisting, turning, holding the footy.
Had to give that. Just had to give the first option then, Jenkins. Wanted to snap over the shoulder. Had Walker on for a certain goal and just missed an opportunity.
It wasn't instinctive, was it?
No.
So they missed a chance, didn't they? Sloan bravely in the front. Guthrie and a boundary throw in. Yeah, they were on there, Adelaide. So here's the moment.
That's where he had to give. Just had to give. Well, it may have been high too, the tackle. Not seen by the umpire. First option still needed to be taken.
Umpire was in perfect position to see it.
It would have been a gimme goal for Walker. Not to be. Jacob, Smith, Sloane, Dangerfield. Still at it. Duncan. Seedsman.
Your kick, you're closest.
A dirty night. Duncan will take the kick.
Mark's here, right here, where I'm standing. Thank you.
Martell's had a good night, up to 23 now. Licks arms, so athletic.
Move it on, watch the blow.
At the interchange gates, sends it down towards the attacking 50. Lever, what a good mark that was over quality opposition. He's got a wonderful pair of hands, this young man. Lever, ambling wide of the mark. Kicks it back towards the wing. Blix arms in from the side. Hands to it. Couldn't hang on. Thompson takes Guthrie on. That's a hard ask.
Just protecting himself.
And the ball
Thanks,
up.
Scott. Thank you. Help. Straight back.
Sloane, third man, did well. Atkins. Smith.
On the ball. Try opportunity. Straight to him, please. Hold the mark.
You can do your reputation some damage in big games, can't you?
Yep.
Hasn't been one of his better nights tonight, Smith.
Move it on.
Been amazing, both halfbacks, Seedsman and Brodie Smith, have their quietest games I've seen them play.
Jacobs. Gee, well done, Lang. Lang starred in this last quarter. Why did he play on? Ended behind, but Geelong, well, seemingly safe. Adelaide would have to run it down with a coast-to-coast goal almost now, you would think.
Here's Brown. 19 points the margin. Inside the centre square, loose at the back, a chance for Lynch here. Goes back into the traffic, then hooks it across the body. That's a good effort out wide. Atkins comes back towards the middle. Now he gives it back out wide to McGovern. McGovern kicks inside the forward 50. At the back is Betts. Did a little pushing. And the side says the umpire. Ball runs out of bounds. Used it enough. Boundary throw in. Eddie Betts, just a couple of goals tonight. Generally well held.
For sure. Lynch hasn't hit the scoreboard tonight. Scored in every game he's played so far.
Touch, play on.
Terrific by Smith against Thompson. Guthrie again, just doing so much heavy work. Oh, G. Brown. Motlop. Holding the ball. And Motlop, who's probably along with Guthrie, two of the outstanding players for the Cats tonight.
Ansell dropped an easy one, then kept it alive. Back only as far as Brown of Adelaide, who kicks inside the forward 50. Sloane did well to get it on the deck. Bartell tries to go back to Enright, and the ball goes out of bounds. Sloane wants a free kick. Umpire having none of it. So a boundary throw in about 40 metres around from the behind post. Right full forward. And now Adelaide need everything to go perfectly. Smith and Jacobs battle again. Jacobs slaps it down in front. Selwood takes it, smothered off the boot by Atkins. Atkins wanting his left side. Selwood well aware of that. Gets onto it. Atkins did well. Gave it to Thompson. Centering kick. Taylor was there. Loose ball at the back. Chance for Betts. Sockers it out wide. Leading in the race there is Taylor. Close to the boundary line. Jenkins pushes away from Duncan and then kicks it. It's gone the necessary distance, I think. Missed there by Jacobs anyway. Sloane couldn't find a way through. Comes back to McGovern, to Lynch. Off balance. And he puts it out of bounds on the full.
I know I love Rory Sloane, so I talk about him a lot, but even then, just willing himself to that contest, getting that handball, that didn't lead to a goal. And maybe it's not, his game is not going to lead to an Adelaide victory tonight, but Rory Sloane has been brilliant.
There you go, Libby, right on cue. Sits it up, not a great kick, unfortunately, for him.
This potent forward line that we know the Crows have lacked movement tonight. Even Big Tex at times just been stationary, calling it in. The Geelong big defenders, they love that. Third man up, big spoils. They've just played into the Cats' hands tonight a little bit, the Adelaide forwards.
Well, Lingy, we asked you the question at the start, how good is Geelong's defence? They had the best defence in the complement. Adelaide have been averaging, over 100 points?
Yeah, I've liked what I've seen tonight from Geelong. Still a few things I've been, as they're progressing in the season, ticking off as to how they're going. And tonight, defensively, they have been very, very good, with especially what happened with Tom Lonergan going down early. Henderson had to shuffle across. Quality performance.
Here's Motlop to Hawkins. All knocked away. Motlop runs on. Duncan, another speedster. Feeds it back to Mackie. All the time in the world to assess. And now he goes long to full forward. Kirsten gets in behind. Takes the mark. And there's the sealer. He's got 3. Well, he's been the second banana down there. Generally, Hawkins has been the first option. But he's developing nicely, Kirsten. I think the coach was a big fan from early days, persevered with him, and now you can see why. Such an important goal. That ends it.
So the live ladder, Geelong with that fabulous percentage. North have got a match tomorrow. You'd expect them to win. Adelaide precariously now. They've played some good footy, Adelaide. Terrific footy, but they're 4-4. And not much to show for it right now. It has been a tough draw. There are not that many easy games in the AFL any longer. So this is a step back for them. Selwood, first time they've lost here in a long, long time.
Hold Eddie.
Geelong have been so strong. Good build on by Selwood. Duncan read it best. And Geelong putting some icing on the cake as they go forward. Hawkins still without a major. In fact, Motlop's now got 17 goals for the season. Kirsten 15, that's deliberate. And who's down?
It's Darcy Lane, Bruce. Stanley coming off the ground now.
Dangerfield outside the 50. Kicks it in, intended for Menzel. With the judgment though, Cameron to the opposite pocket. Lynch lays on instinctively. Brown provides the run, has a bounce, runs the boundary. Long kick, but it's 2-on-1. Taylor trying to get the ball on the deck, couldn't. Walker took a very strong mark and then kicks directly into Caddy. You heard the umpire, Henderson. Lixarves, the longer it's gone, the better he's played. Out wide to Caddy. Steps around Walker, now accelerates away. Tired run from behind, so Caddy with plenty of time, but then it's a tired kick as well. And it bounces out of bounds. We'll have a throw in. A minute and a half out from full time, and the Cats have prevailed.
Henderson has had a wonderful game, Lingy. Yeah. Certainly his best game. Tex Walker got off to a really good start, but from quarter time onwards, he's taken the honours.
Yep. And Duck, when Tex has actually won the ball, his delivery's been disappointing in the second half, hasn't it?
Turned it over a bit.
Guthrie to Ruggles. Hardigan reading it and then belting the ball out. So what about the Cats? They've beaten the 2 grand finalists from last year. They've come here and won. No one's done that for such a long time. This is what's coming up for them. Well, they're going to be heavy favourites in the next couple of games and some.
I've been surprised how quickly they've all gelled together, and with the blokes they've brought in, Zach Smith's had a huge influence so far. We know Paddy Dangerfield has as well. Lockie Henderson plays his best game tonight.
He's like a new recruit for them. Yep. Injured last year.
Really positive signs. For Adelaide, as you said, Bruce, they've had a tough draw so far, but a couple of winnable games for them in amongst that next 4 for the Crows. They've been very good so far to start the year, but as you say, they're 4-4.
And the second tier of on-ballers have finished this game strongly. Guthrie has been quite outstanding. 36 possessions. There's Bartel down towards the pocket. Dangerfield goes back and it goes out of bounds. No side is stronger in the midfield than Geelong. So boundary throw in inside the last minute. It's been wonderful box office, wonderful theatre tonight. Dangerfield on the way down, spills out the back and Selwood. Quick snap at goal and he hit the post. He's grounded out tonight. Nothing spectacular. He's been there in every quarter. There's Crouch in the back pocket.
It's a bit like Dangerfield's game, hasn't it? I mean, not the spectacular stuff from Dangerfield and Selwood, but the numbers are high. Guthrie, by the way, Den is career high at 36. There's Walker, so he's tries a torpedo, and that's happened a lot in the second half.
That's the tale of his night, really, after quarter time.
So Geelong will finish tonight on top of the table and certainly going as well as any team in the competition. It was a big night, wasn't it, for that man there. A huge build-up in this city. And look at that scoreboard. It does tell a tale. Geelong win. Sloane and Dangerfield, head-to-head.
Paddy, how are the emotions, mate? I'm pretty sure you'd be glad you got that out of the way. I reckon it's been a big week.
Yeah, it has been, but I'll tell you what, the way that we came out today, I think it speaks volumes for our improvement, especially over the last month. We didn't finish in front of goal as well as we would have liked, but I felt we really did control play for that first half, and we knew Adelaide would come. They're a quality side, so they're always going to wrestle the ascendancy back at some stage. But I thought we really rallied well in that last quarter, and some special efforts throughout the night.
Mate, how was it playing against your old teammates you spent so many years with over here in Adelaide?
It was different, but to be totally honest, it really was just business. That's what we're here for. That's what they're here for as well. So I think everyone's professional enough to know that the game that's on hold is far more important than anything else.
Yeah, I saw you had a bit of a laugh there with Scotty Thompson at one stage.
I was pretty happy with that. I'm not sure that was a free kick, but I'll take it.
Yeah, he was a bit worked up, mate. The boys are going to have a chat to you in the rooms, and well done tonight. A great team effort.
Thanks for chatting. Cheers.
Gee, Dennis, when you looked at his numbers there, they're quite amazing. I mean, he just didn't have the impact of ball in hand, did he?
Not what we expected, but still, it was a terrific effort nevertheless, and he's made a lot of sense there too. And now he's going over to commiserate with his former teammates. And I think the tail of the tape says it all. Scoring shots, 33-17. And on Friday the 13th, I think Geelong is scary good.
For sure, no. Lovely touch with Walker and Sloane. This is good stuff. Jacob said during the week he's just another player. He's just another player, but we know he's not.
And that's genuine affection to every player coming to him. The fans don't quite get it sometimes, do they? They boo players that are traded that want to stay at a club. Dangerfield, great servant of this club as we go down to Bridgetown.
Well, Stevie, 4 goals tonight, mate. I reckon you're coming back into your real elite best form at the moment.
Yeah, just getting a little bit fitter, and it helps when our midfielders are winning the ball, and I get a chance. So it was a tough game. We knew it was going to be a tough game, and it's one of the hardest trips in footy, and it's a good win tonight. Yeah,
it certainly is. You are getting first use out of the middle, aren't you, with 2 bona fide superstars in there. The forward line's getting a good look at it first. Yeah, and our ruckmen are doing really well, so they're working together really well, and that's what you need when we're slowly building, which is good. Defensively, this team is outstanding at the moment. To hold the Crows to 70 points over here, it's a pretty good effort. Yeah, we're a defence-first side. We base our game on defence, and they're one of the best teams at scoring on turnovers, and we knew we were one of the best at stopping it, so that's all we wanted to do tonight. And
we got chances and we should have kicked goals, but we'll take a win.
Had a bit of a goose step from you out on the forward flank there. What was that one all about?
I don't know. It just comes in my head. Something. I don't know. It's having a bit of fun.
We liked it. Mate, what's his impact been around the club for you?
Oh, he's amazing. He's a real role model and he's a really smart footy brain. He's a good teacher as well. So he's really helped me with my footy and I'm looking forward to the years coming.
Well done, Steve.
Cheers.
You're watching Friday Night Footy post-game, brought to you by UltraTune.
So in the end, 4 goals turned the last quarter to 3 behinds, and that was enough for Geelong to win by 25 points. It was a game-high lead by the final siren, Stevie Motlop, there with 4 goals, 1 in every quarter. I'll look forward to Mark McClure's votes coming up shortly because he'll have to be very, very close to getting the chocolates tonight, you would have thought. Guthrie was magnificent with a game-high 36 disposals, and Dangerfield was pretty good as well with 32, and Sloane for the Adelaide Crows. A great battle between Sloane and also Dangerfield. You almost give the points on that one to Sloane, but Danger was pretty happy. Have a look at him there, just enjoying himself coming off the ground.
Oh, 2 Warriors there going head-to-head they were. They both had 11 tackles on the night. High number of clearances. It was fantastic to watch. 2 great mates going head-to-head, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great stuff. Tommy Lonergan, the casualty of the night, being concussed early in the game. And, of course, Joel Selwood also off for a part of the match tonight as well. But the Geelong side, Bomber, just sensational tonight. It didn't hit the heights as far as games you want to see again, but I'd say it was a good old-fashioned hard hit out by 2 competitive teams.
Well, it wasn't the best-looking game, was it? Yeah. But I suppose that's because Geelong have set up well, and they're probably really, and even Motlop mentioned that they tried to stop them from scoring goals from turnovers. They set the ground up really well through the midfield. Yeah. Adelaide couldn't get the ball through all night.
It was a good win line, that's for sure. It was interesting though, wasn't it? Seedsman kicks that goal with about 10 minutes to go from 10 metres out. Adelaide have well and truly got momentum. Geelong were the better side clearly on the night, but Adelaide coughed up a couple of real opportunities late.
By far, 33 shots to 17. That's a massive victory in a sense when you look at it that way. But you're dead right. They were well planned, well set up by their side to actually set up so they couldn't get any clearance or any movement. There was no quick movement. They had no dare. They couldn't pull the trigger. Yeah. It was just a battle for them all night. And with 17 shots to kick 11-6, I thought it was an enormous effort by Adelaide.
Just needed more opportunities.
Yeah, they needed more opportunities. But they were well planned, the Cats, and they pulled off the plan and got the 4 points. And that's all you have to do.
All right, so we're just going to follow the Cats into the rooms. Pretty happy. It's always great to go to Adelaide and come away with the 4 points. Doesn't matter whether you're playing Port Adelaide or Adelaide. Never easy, and particularly over there at the Adelaide Oval. Big night tonight. 53,141 is a record for a non-showdown game. So massive turnout. Dangerfield, obviously, the attraction. But so too this great team, and has been a dominant club for so long now.